Everquest Online Adventures with the Frontiers expansion, TM. So, we looked at this yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit of a shit show. So today, we're taking another look at it, and we're going to archive it properly. But let's start with this. I'm no mega fan of EverQuest Online Adventures. I played it for like maybe 2 or 3 months when it came out on the PlayStation 2. I thought it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it, but I didn't stick with it. So clearly, there was other stuff going on, and also it didn't hold my attention that well. But I do find it to be a novel concept. The idea of a PlayStation 2 MMO that does not use the hard drive is quite unique. Final Fantasy XI is one of my favorite MMOs. Lots of good private servers for that still. And that was a PlayStation 2 MMO, but it used the hard drive. Because of course you'd use the hard drive. Like, why wouldn't you? Well, this game didn't. So I don't want to make it sound like, well, I don't like the game. No, I do, but it's complicated. Life is complicated. Now, let's get some laundry out of the way before we get started. So, we're going to be playing on the Sandstorm server, which is the only server right now, as far as I know. I have, in my research for the game, I have found that some people might take issue with the Sandstorm developers, or that people might. I don't know. There's a lot of weird purity test stuff going on with EverQuest Online Adventures. So let's get this laundry out of the way. Anyone who I'm gonna be archiving this. Anyone who doesn't care about this, just hit that forward. Just skip ahead a bit. But here's the deal. I want to get it out now because I don't want to talk about it while I'm playing. So, when it comes to the emulation of old school MMOs, there will always be two schools of thought, okay? And neither school is wrong. They're just different. One school of thought is that you want to emulate the old MMO perfectly 100% and just bring it back. And there's merit in that, and I do think that is a good starting point for emulation. I think emulating it as best you can the way it was is a good start point, but it should not be the end point. And I've played a lot of private servers for dead or mostly dead MMOs, and what I can say is that the most popular and successful servers do not just replicate the game in its original form. Those types of servers tend to be very stagnant. I would look at Final Fantasy XI, and the most popular FF11 private server is like that. That's Horizon, with like over 2,000 players on it at any given time, and it vastly changes the formula of FF11, of classic FF11. And it does so in a good way. Like, they do their own content, and it adds to the game. It evolves the game in a way that the player base is happy with. Look at, well, City of Heroes, and City of Heroes Homecoming, also very popular. Thousands and thousands of people playing it. Only way to play City of Heroes. Well, there are other private servers, but Homecoming for City of Heroes, they add their own content. They are developing the game actively, and they are taking the game in a different direction than it was going when it was live. And people like it. They love it. Like, they absolutely love it. Here's the thing. I totally understand the idea of wanting a game in its pure form, the way that your nostalgia remembers it, but here's the thing. That's a good starting point. Like, it's a good point to jump off of for developers to then add their own content. However, that's not a it does not make for a healthy game in the long term. And what I mean is that like when like okay, let's say you have a dead MMO. When the MMO was live, the MMO was constantly evolving and changing and growing. And also, the MMO died for a reason. That's something you have to think about. Is if an MMO is dead, it generally died for a reason. And what you do not want to do is replicate the reason that killed the game. You know, like if players like if the game was not attracting enough players, if it wasn't bringing new blood in, if it wasn't getting people interested in it, it was doing something wrong, and you shouldn't try to replicate that perfectly. You should replicate it enough that it's the game, but then you should take that in a new direction that attracts new players, especially when you're dealing with like private servers, and it's a very niche community, but it's a rapidly growing community because newer and younger players are getting interested in older games and they want to check them out. And I think what you have to realize is you may have this intense nostalgia for a game, but unless it's a single player game where it's whatever, everyone can do what they want with it. But when it comes to MMOs, you need the game to be able to attract fresh blood because the game will inevitably die again if it does not get fresh blood. You need like an MMO is a living, breathing system, and a body needs blood. It needs fresh circulating blood in order to continue living. And what many people who are more purist about their old MMOs don't understand is that if you keep things stagnant, if you keep the member berries and you're just running on like if you're just running on nostalgia, you are not going to bring in new players. You are not going to get anyone interested who wasn't already interested. There's a misconception that the only people that would be interested in playing something like this are old school EQOA fans that love the game, and that tiny pool of people is the only ones interested, so you should cater the game only to them. But that's not true, because I'm not one of them. Again, I played EQOA for maybe 2 or 3 months, and I thought, oh, that's okay. And then I played City of Heroes, and I never looked back. Right? So I'm not. I have a fondness for the game. That's why I'm here. But like, I don't love it. I'm not some diehard fan of it. I barely played it, honestly. I'm here now because, well, I want to give it another chance. Right? There's a lot of people like me that want to give it another chance or that never played it at all, and they're like, oh wow, hey, I'm into the PlayStation 2 emulation scene, right? Like I play a lot of emulator games, and well, there's an MMO for that, and like that brings new people in. It gets them interested, and you got to realize that there will be people who have literally never heard of this game before, but they're here because it's an MMO for the PlayStation 2 that you can run through an emulator, and that's fascinating. Like that'll bring a lot of people who are just general old school game fans in. You want that crowd. You want that fresh blood. It's still a very small limited pool, but like you want that pool. So I think the idea of replicating any game perfectly the way it was, the way that it died, it's not a wrong way to think, but it's not necessarily the most productive or you know the best way to think. That's my take on it. All right. I saw a lot of things in doing research for this game and also just playing around a bit. Yeah, there's a bit of a conflict between the camps on this, and I think no one's really wrong, but also you need things need to change. They need to change. They need to grow and evolve, and just catering to an ever dwindling minority of players who just love EverQuest Online Adventures and they just want that original version of the game back. Catering only to them is a mistake because that pool of players is tiny, and as time goes on, it's only going to get tinier because they're old and they're going to die. All right? And I say this as someone who's almost 40. So like you cannot cater to that crowd because that crowd is small and dying. And I mean that literally. So you got to get fresh people in, and you got to change the game up in a way that'll interest them. It's one of those things where it's like, look, it's either that or you have nothing at all, you know. And I'd rather have something rather than nothing. So okay, those are my thoughts. I wanted to get those out now before we start playing because yeah, I don't think it's even worth going into once we're properly in the game. I want to focus on the game once we're in the game. Alright, so I've sipped my water. We're doing just some last second checks to make sure on the Twitch end everything is a-okay because we're doing it live. Alright, we should be good. Should be gravy. Oh, I should probably reset my Twitch app though. Let me just do that. Actually, I'm gonna do that and we're gonna log in. I have to blank the screen anyway while I'm logging in. So, let's go ahead and switch it back on over to, yeah, switch it back over here. We're not at it. We're not starting soon. We are in, but I have to get logged into the game. So while I'm logging in, I'm just resetting the old Twitch app, getting everything all nice and ready. Alright, I'm connected to the server. It's initializing the network. DNAS. DNAS. I don't know. I just say DNAS. It's connected. Alright. Now I have to actually log in. I will say the login process is a little bit slow, but I remember playing this on the PS2, and it was pretty fucking slow on the PS2. Like, turns out the PlayStation 2 is not the fastest of machines, and the emulator's not really any different in that regard. Alright, so we're loading in. Let me go ahead and switch back. Alright. Now, I changed some things about how the emulation renders. Once we actually get some 3D graphics, you'll see, and we'll decide if we want to keep that or not. Sandstorm! Yeah, here we go. So, yeah, I made Doubleless the Wizard. I remade it. And I don't know, 3D looks good. Looks fine to me. It should be crisper, is the thing. Like, the graphics should look a little bit more crisp and clean. There should be less blurriness to the graphics now. Oh man, that erudite music. I assume it's pronounced erudite. Erudite? I don't know. It's never been pronounced as far as I know. Also, I had a revelation. I think it's in the background, right? No, it's not. But I had a revelation about Everquest. And I just realized it as I was looking at the map for Everquest. Kinos, the good human city of Kinos. Kinos is Sony Everquest backwards. Sony EQ. Kinos. Oh my god! I just had one of those moments. One of those, it's goblin backwards moments. Alright, so I want to test something out here. With Doubleless the Wizard, I always, look, it's a bit of a trope, but ever since Final Fantasy XI, Doubleless the Wizard is a blue-haired anime protagonist, always. That's a little difficult to pull off in this game, because you don't really have blue hair even, but I think this is as close as we can get. I want to see if that customization sticks, though. I've never used the customization from the menu. But Doubleless the Wizard must be a blue-haired anime protagonist. It's just the rules. It's the rules. But I hope I'm a little more happy with Erudite. Dark Elf wasn't quite doing it for me. And I love being an evil wizard, but, you know, a neutral wizard is probably safer. Probably. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Highborn, which Highborn is not a city in normal EverQuest. It's entirely a EverQuest Online Adventures thing, just like Thelon, the elf city. Like those just disappeared, I guess, in the timeline. All right, so this is the home of the Erudites. As a new wizard, you've been invited to join the Crimson Hand. They are the Wizards Guild here in Highborn. Then you are ready to move on to your first quest. There is some, like, jank to the dialogue which wasn't there originally, but it's fine. I understand it. Alright, speak to Master Rain. She's the guild master. Yep. Okay, good. My blue anime hair is still there. That's good. So we're going with this camera control scheme for now. I think the more efficient scheme is probably the 3D control one that lets you move a little more freely, but I like this, I do, because it lets me really look around the environment. And as a tourist in this game, I want to look around the environments. So, Master Rain, give me a quest. Beautiful view. Alright, someday we will leave it all behind. I often wonder if it's the right thing to do, but Erud is wise. Erud? Don't know. I trust his judgment. Which, yeah, later on in the EverQuest timeline, I know this from playing just EverQuest and then EverQuest 2. Yeah, the Erudites, they leave the main continent for Otis, and that's their whole thing. And then they turn into aliens or some shit. I don't know. EverQuest 2 is weird. Alright, so, yeah, I want to learn the art of wizardry. Okay, we'll need all the help we can get to prepare for the Exodus. However, we must first test your skills, of course. You must acquire a crimson robe before you can begin. Merchant Felsia will sell you one down the hall behind you. Return with the robe. So, I like it. We're getting our wizard robe first thing. Okay, well, they said they're down the hall. Now, are they upstairs, or are they, like, literally down this hall? There's a keeper. Merchant Felsia. Here we go. I will take that crimson robe. It gives me 5 additional power points. Yay. Nice. Now look at that. See, proper wizard robe right there. Proper robe. You can't really see it too good from the back angle. So yeah, let's go ahead and change the camera. I think both cameras have a place, but yeah, this camera view is probably the more standardly used camera view, I want to say. And it's just because it allows you to it allows you to move around while you're doing stuff a little bit better. But okay, there we go. We are Doubleless the Wizard, blue-haired anime protagonist with a proper wizard robe. I'm good. I'm 100% good. I have my ecstatic bolt and return home already on my bar. This is good. So Master Rain leveled me up. So good, you have your robe. The small enchantment placed on the robe will lend you a bit of power when needed. Take a look around the guild. Be careful not to fall into the ocean. Yeah, don't fall into the ocean, that would be bad. When you're ready, return and we shall speak again. Oh, another task. So, Spirit Master Keolo, upstairs. He should be upstairs in the teleportation chamber. Okay, so you have to do his quest. Also, let's get a look around. Yesterday, while I was just kind of previewing the game, I played as a Dark Elf, and I mean, Dark Elves live in the underground city of Neriak, and it's not exactly the best to look at. I like the look of this better. So we can see, we are clearly in some kind of overhanging, like either a tower or maybe just one of the buildings, like you can see over there, right? We're probably in a building like that, that's up on the mountainside, and then the actual town is down there. I like that. And then the ocean is out here. I believe Highborn is on the western coast of the main continent, and it's on the southern part of it. Like, I think Highborn is about as far southwest as you can go without going into a very dangerous place. I like the look of it. I like the music here too. I've always liked erudites in Everquest. Like in EverQuest 1, I enjoyed Erudite Wizard. It was a lot of fun. In EverQuest 2, again they turned them into like gray aliens in EverQuest 2. I was not a fan of that change, but I think that just establishes a pattern that EverQuest is... See, here's the thing. EverQuest has a bit of a history, a bit of a pattern of shooting itself in the foot with game design. It's kind of a trope, so it's fine. But I like this version of Erudite a lot. It's like, you can tell they're still human, all right, and they're not like cone heads. I can appreciate that. All right, Spirit Master Keolo. Yep. So we're learning about Spirit Binding, which is this game's respawn NPC. So yeah, if you're slain, you'll reappear here. Basic tutorial stuff. We learned about this last time in the stream I didn't archive. But yeah, these guys, you talk to them and you can set your spawn point there. But now he wants me to speak to Coachman Galda. He can be found on the eastern side of the city. You'll need to use the teleporter. By touching the light, it'll whisk you to the library of the Highborn. From there, you must go downstairs and exit the building to the east, continue east past the forge, and through the archway. The archway will lead you into the Temple of Quellios Gardens. Exit the gardens via the archway to the northeast. There'll be another archway just to the east. Through that, you'll see the stables and the coachman to the east. So, basically what I got is we need to go east and northeast. Those are the general directions we gotta travel in. Alright. So, this should teleport me? Ah, gotta interact with it. Touch the light. I touched the light. There we go. Took a minute. It took it a hot minute to teleport me. In the original EverQuest, in the original EverQuest, you didn't have to interact with anything. In original EverQuest, erudites they make very liberal use of teleportation technology, but you basically just stand on a platform and the platform itself teleports you. And it's instantaneous. It's actually a little bit annoying because you can get teleported when you don't necessarily want to be teleported. Alright, so we need to exit this building. Alright, so downstairs. Oh wow, we're on the... I guess we should probably take note of how exactly to get back here. So, There's at least 3 floors. Is this the exit? Oh, this is the ground floor. Okay. Okay, so it's on the second floor, but this is the ground floor right here. Okay. And that big building is what we came out of. So east and northeast. I gotcha. So this particular camera scheme, again, I think this is probably the best for play, but it bothers me just a little bit because I can't look up. Not being able to look up is kinda... I know that it's not really all that critical to be able to look up. I mean, you know, what do you need to see up there, right? There's no gameplay in the sky, but just being able to take in my surroundings and kind of get an idea of like where I am right now, what am I doing? I like it. It's a comfort thing, right? All right, so we went east, and now we're going northeast, and there should be a coachman somewhere. There's a spirit master here. Merchant Ninny. Some smithies. Oh, hold up. Coachman. Where was he? Coachman Galda, right here. Okay. Just doing my newbie quests, which actually you do. You actually have to do these. There's there are important quests that you need to do for your class later in the game. I know that much. And if you don't do the prerequisite quests, you will have to do them when the time comes to do the real important, like, character changing quests. So getting these knocked out now is just a good idea. Alright, so Spirit Master sent me. Alright, you'll learn to travel between the stables all across Norath. Yeah, you ask a coachman at a stable, they'll add you to their ledger. That means you'll be able to return to that stable from another stable in the region by horse. So he's adding me to the ledger now. Great. So, this is a real nice stable. I can't help but feel that it's missing a little bit of something, though. What's missing in this here horsey stable? I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like something is not here that should be here. Yeah, where's the horses? Like, look, I make fun, but I guess, yeah, I guess it would have been too much to have, like, a horse mob, right? I guess, yeah, I guess they just thought, like, well, we don't need no horse mob. Players get the idea. It's implied that there are horses in this stable. I just put this out there. Look, Daggerfall has 2D sprites for everything. It's not exactly the highest detail game, but Daggerfall, stables in Daggerfall have horses in them, believe it or not. They don't do anything, they're just JPEGs, but it's got them. You know, I would have been happy if there was just a JPEG of a horse in these stables, alright? Would have made my day. Okay, so how do I actually leave town? Like, I want to go outside. I think that's like an arena or something. I mean, I know that I have a quest to go back to the, you know, like going back to the Wizards Guild is my big thing, but we can always just teleport back there. I'd like to get a little EXP while I'm out here, right? While I'm by the edge of town. Oh no, I do not want to learn. I know how to fight. Exit. Also, suddenly a cat wants my attention. Oh boy. But hey, we found the exit. No, I don't know. No, I don't want to. Okay. Oh, look at that wilderness. But also, cat wants my attention. Okay, hold up. This cat will not leave me alone. She wants to jump up on my keyboard and everything. So give me a moment. I'm gonna feed the cat, and then we'll get right into it with some monster slaying, some wizard monster slaying. So let me put that AFK up. I will be right back in one moment. Oh, cat, she's trying to. Oh, okay, be right back. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I have such needy, needy cats. Oh. Okay. So yeah, while we're here, let's do some combat. Which combat is just, that's look, going out and fighting random monsters in the wilderness, that is what EverQuest has always been about. So let's do it. Static bolt. Eee. Wizard is just my absolute favorite. I I have always loved wizards in EverQuest. Cause lightning bolt. it it's just it's the class that it's the class for people that love glass cannons. All right. Or in this game with your stat distribution, you can make a wizard that's a little less glass than a little less glass cannon. But mm, that zap. That zap. But yeah, there's I know that for this game what's very popular is the pet classes. Like people love them some magician and necromancer, stuff like that. And it's because they solo really good. Wizard doesn't solo as good. It can solo, but it's risky, right? Wizard is risky solo. But that's how I like it. Also, I feel like with my particle effects and my spells, I'm just noticing that it's got a little bit more of that kind of, I don't know, like a filtery, grainy look to it. It might be because I have scaled up the resolution on everything, and it might be because of that, but I don't know. The effect doesn't look bad, it's just like, oh, that's weird, That's different. But I don't know, I like it. I cranked the resolution up on it so that things are a little less jaggy and, the image is more clear, but I guess certain things were never meant to be seen clearly. That's sort of a common problem with games from the era, is they really weren't designed to be seen as clearly as you can see games now. It's the same with TV shows, movies, etc. Like, a lot of things just were not designed to be seen in crystal clarity. And when you look at them like upscaled and all that, uh, it can get weird. Alright, man, I'm just running around zapping everything till I level up. So I'm just gonna like, yeah, I'm just gonna run around zapping, killing a couple things. What level am I? I'm level 3, and I have points. We'll talk about point distribution in a sec. But I wanna relax and kill a few more things because I know how these newbie quests roll. All right, the way these newbie quests work is, yeah, like it's a pretty set line of quests with a very set order of like you know what you're gonna be doing. We're gonna have to come back out here and kill something to get materials for whatever it's gonna happen. And then after that, they're gonna want me to kill some enemy that is way, way stronger than everything else out here, and probably it's gonna kill me, and it's gonna be a nightmare. But that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, the spiderling is a little tougher, but they all fall to my static bolt. God, just being able to one-shot enemies feels nice and good. I mean, don't you know that's not gonna last forever, but for the moment, it feels pretty good to be able to just one-shot things. Also, this area, I will say I like this area a little bit more. Actually, I like it a lot more than the Dark Elf starting area. That's what we tried yesterday in our, I don't know, I guess a bit of a... That was just me kind of previewing the game, getting a quick look at it. But yeah, the area around Neriak is just, it's just volcano. It's dark forest and volcano. And it looks cool, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, I like how normal this looks. Like it's just a nice... Yeah, like look, this is just a nice open savanna. I like that. I like a nice open savanna. It looks very, yeah, I don't know, it looks very normal and realistic, and that's, you know, for a starting area, that's kind of what I want. Like a dark evil forest with volcanoes and fireballs raining from the sky. That's cool as shit, don't get me wrong, but it's not really what I want as my level 1 starting area. You know, while I'm out killing rats of unusual size and insects and vermin, I, I feel like it's almost out of place to then have, like, you know, just Mordor in the background, right? Alright, so I wanna ding, I wanna get my level up, and then we'll gate back to the Wizard Guild. There we go. Alright, so now let's return home. Very slowly. It takes a while. The return home spell is not a fast spell by any stretch of the imagination. So let's give it a moment. Yeah, it has such a long cast time. I mean, understandably, it's a teleport back to your home point. If it fired off too quickly, then you could just use it as like a you could use it as a panic maneuver. to get out of combat. So it kind of has to be that slow. Alright. So that's the exit to this area. We want to go... I have to get familiar with this place. But to master Rain, I got... Yeah, there we go. I did the quest thing. Alright, you're bound and have spoken to Galda. Remember the lessons well, they'll save you much time. Now speak with Keeper Drade down the hall. Alright. Keeper Drade down the hall. So, that guy. Alright, yeah, Master Rain sent me. Or, yeah. So, who? Oh yeah, Master Rain. I suppose you're a new would-be apprentice. Good for you. A person should chase their dreams. Chase them as long as you can. They'll never get away. Not if I have anything to do with it. And then he just goes into maniacal laughter. So, yes, my apprenticeship. Okay, I'll reward you with a new ability if you bring me 2 cracked ant pincers. You'll have to kill ants found outside the city to obtain the pincers. Nasty little creatures. How dare they Huh? You receive a quest. Alright. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, good luck! Okay, so yeah, I gotta get 2 ant pincers. I don't think I killed any ants, right? Did I kill a single ant? I don't think so. I killed beetles and lots of flies, but I did not kill, yeah, I did not kill any ants. Oh, let's go ahead and let's trade with the merchant here, because I have all this, extra loot. I wish there was a sell all button. Where is my sell all button? Give me that tunar. So I got 564 tunar. Okay, let me prepare the... There we go. The plains rations. I just prepared them, so... And Vexus. It's mainly just that yesterday was a bit of a... Yesterday was kind of a lost day for me. I was feeling terrible all yesterday, and then also the stream. During the stream, we had so many interruptions and distractions. I don't feel like I really gave the game a fair enough look, you know, and I wasn't all there myself. So today is kind of we're doing it, but we're doing it better. We're doing it quicker too. I'm more familiar with the basics of the game now, so I can just play, you know. But also I'm a lot happier with Erudite here. Look at this flowing ass wizard robe, right? That's what I wanted. I wanted my flowy wizard robe. The Dark Elves don't get that. But also, I think I got the game looking a little better too. I'm running it at like 3x the resolution right now. It's a 4x3 game, so that's never gonna change. But I think there's less jagginess in the pixels and all of that now. I think there's less jagginess. And there's probably more I could do to make the game look a little cleaner. But I gotta play around with that, and I'll do that on my own. But I'm a little bit more prepared today to go into the game. But I definitely want to play this just on my own. Like, I don't think we're gonna, I'm not gonna do like an immersion stream with this one, or we aren't going to chronicle the adventure with this one. I'm gonna archive this because I want to show that, hey, this game exists now. But this is one I just want to play on my own some. Like, yeah, I just want to play this on my own. I like EverQuest. Let me put that out there. Not necessarily EverQuest Online Adventures specifically, but I love the world of EverQuest. It's not the best fantasy world ever. It's nothing, it's not. I don't like it like it's Lord of the Rings or something, and it's this incredible high fantasy thing that has no peer. It's not like that. But I think EverQuest has an interesting and fun fantasy setting. It's got a unique setting, and I don't know. I've always liked the idea of EverQuest in its various forms. But the original EverQuest, if you try to get into that now, uh, the live servers are kind of a mess, and private servers like Project 1999, they replicate the game pretty well in its more original form. But honestly, original EverQuest is kind of it's hard to get into. It's harder than Final Fantasy XI to get into from a game design perspective. There's just so much weird stuff with it, with the original EverQuest. But EverQuest Online Adventures, I feel like this game, it occupies a bit of a niche where it's EverQuest, like it's the world of EverQuest, but it's presented in a way that is a bit more, like it's a bit more palatable for the average player. Now, does that mean, am I saying like, oh, it's for console peasants? I mean, it kind of is, but that's not a bad thing. Like it's presenting like it's presenting a very tight experience, you know. Oh, let's see, I want to use that. I need to find so I need to find ants. They want me to kill ants. Which isn't that just the is that not just the absolute, like, the height of RPG gameplay? Go kill ants. Now these don't drop, like, they wouldn't drop ant pincers, right? No, these are beetles. Also, oh my god, a cat again. I fed these cats like 2 hours ago. They should not need to eat already. All right. Also, this is not a safe place either. So okay. If I wanna attend to the cat, I need to park my character somewhere safe. I think right by the guard is probably the safe zone. Yeah, this'll do. This'll do. Right here, just to stand, hug the guard, and oh god, oh, there's cats everywhere now. They're all over me. Okay, one sec. Let me deal with that. All right, I'll be right back. All right. I try. I really try to have a stream where we aren't constantly interrupted by something, but well, the cats look. The cats need to eat every .5 hours. Okay. All right. So I'm on a quest for ants. All right. I am on a quest for ants. But yeah, I don't want to give the illusion that like no, this is just what we're doing with the stream now or anything. No, it's I only just found out that this game is now a thing again, so I wanted to give it a real proper look and just, you know, like, hey, here it is, right? And I want to play it on my own too. Like I will totally whoop out my PS2 emulator and play this game in the background while I'm like listening slash watching something. Like I'll totally do that, right? But yeah, like my yeah, for the stream, my main thing here, like we're gonna go back to Daggerfall. We're gonna we got Daggerfall. We got that whole project of trying to turn Minecraft into an immersive fantasy life simulator. We got other projects that we're doing, and that is my main thing. But I had to give this a good proper shake, you know, give it the fair shake for the stream, and also just it's a fun game just to play. Oh hey, I got my first negative faction hit. Negative 510 faction with black ants. So apparently black ants are a faction. I didn't know, but I was already at negative 500. Like, if you're already at negative 500, then it don't matter. It don't matter. It's a hostile faction. Who cares? Is that an ant? That's an ant. Cracked ant pincer. I need 2 of those, right? Yeah, I need 2 cracked ant pincers. So we need 1 more. Okay, that's a beetle. Something I'm noticing with this starting area is that there's a lot more hostile mobs here. Like a lot more. The beetles are hostile, the ants are hostile, the diseased rats are hostile. Like, yeah, there's a lot of hostile encounters out here. Ooh, spider. There we go. Kiting. I can't really, yeah, I started a little... Oh, wow! That was quick! That was quick! I did not expect to go down that fast. Man. That was insanely fast. Like, I feel like I went down in, like, 2 hits. Damn. What is my stamina? I feel like my stamina is probably even lower than it was with my Dark Elf, right? Because my Dark Elf, when I tried Dark Elf Wizard, I had like 60 stamina. I probably only got like 55 now. Probably. I got 60 HP. Oh yeah, I only got 55 stamina. I'll consider changing my points a little bit in a moment. So let me say this when it comes to stats. Stats are a little weird in EQOA. I did some research into it because I was really curious how I want to distribute my points. And stats are kind of all over in EQOA. So like in normal Everquest, right? In normal EverQuest, the only thing that a wizard needs to care about is their intelligence, because that's your mana bar, and that's pretty much the only stat that matters for a wizard, or most spellcasters really, is you want to have more mana. But dexterity actually matters for a wizard, and really for any spellcaster. There's something a little weird with how stats work in this game. I'll try to explain it in a minute, but right now I'm more focused on getting my ant pincer, right? Oh, I wonder if there's I wonder if any of these merchants might have some cloth armor that I could buy. Yeah, they do not. They do not. But I will go ahead and sell off some of my stuff. Alright. I kind of feel like I want to, like, considering how insanely fast I died, I kind of want to invest in my health bar a little bit. Now, I believe... So here's the thing, I believe that there is a way to respec your points if you're not happy with them later. I believe. Don't hold me to that. But in my research of EQOA, it appears that there were 2 ways you could reset your allocated stat points and all of that. One is apparently later in EQOA's lifespan, they added an NPC that would let you just respec everything, which is great. That's cool. I don't know if that NPC is here on Sandstorm. I don't know. But then the other thing is there was apparently some kind of an item. Like, there was an item that you could get as a bit of a rare drop that would let you respec. So it's rare, but like it exists and it would let you respec. So there were ways to respec. I don't know if they're on Sandstorm, but I'm hoping, and also if they're not in, then I'm hoping they'll eventually be in, you know? And I say that because the way that stats work in EverQuest Online Adventures is... it's a bit of a wild ride, just learning how they work. When I'm in a... like, there's so many hostile enemies out here, I don't really want to, like... I don't want to stare at my stat menu while I'm out here, but... I'm gonna try to hit my level up, which should go pretty quickly. And then I'll teleport back to town to get my next quest, and then I'll talk about the stats. But it's a whole thing, and it is different from EverQuest on PC, but it's I think a lot of it is kind of how EverQuest was intended to be, but they just didn't. Like original EverQuest has a lot of mechanics that were meant to be a thing, but they weren't a thing for one reason or another, right? For one reason or another, they just didn't implement certain stats even. Like in EverQuest on the PC, in the classic version of the game at least, agility, for instance, does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. I mean, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to give you more AC, right? Like, it's supposed to increase your defense, give you more AC, but it doesn't really quite work out that way. Like, not really. And there's a lot of stats like that in EverQuest that they're supposed to do something, they just don't. Uh-oh, that's gonna attack me. And we know how quickly I go down. And kiting. Kiting is a good time. It's a time-honored EverQuest tradition. Alright. So I got enough now, I can teleport back. Still want to make sure that I'm not in a too dangerous of an area, because, you know, once I start casting that teleport spell, I'm kinda locked in, you know? Alright, I think this is fairly good, so return home. Alright, so once we get back to town, I'll go into the stat thing. It's interesting. But yeah, first let's make sure we don't die out here. Also, I guess my character's level 5 now. Yeah, the levels, honestly, the low levels go by incredibly quick in this game. It most certainly slows down. Oh god, does it slow down. But the low levels are super fast. Especially for a character like Wizard. Alright, let me turn that quest in and see what the next quest is. Man, look at these, like, look how polygonal those torches on the wall are. Hmm. Okay. Let's keep her Drade. Here's your cracked ant pincers. And I got arcane bindings. That's the root spell. So, yeah, take the scroll. Got it. I know all about scrolls. And have a rest. I'm rested. What's my next task? Alright. Wait. There's a fish in the ocean. I don't know his name, but he knows something. Something horrible. Wait, no, that's not it. I need you to acquire some materials. These materials will be used to replace a staff I will give you. Oh yay, we get our wizard staff. I'll need a wooden shaft and a leather strip. You can buy both from merchant Shudan in the docks in the western part of the city. So at the dock in the western part of town. So basically by the water. And Shudan. So leather strip and a shaft. You need a fractured dragonfly thorax to be used in the process of enchanting. Okay. Do I maybe have one of those already? I already have 3 fractured dragonfly thoraxes, so all I gotta do is buy the materials then, and I'm good to go. See, that farming for XP paid off. Alright, look, I keep wanting to, like, cast offensive spell. No, don't do that. Oh, also, I really do need to find a, like, I need to find a wizard spell merchant, because there are definitely spells that I could be buying, and I don't have them. Alright, so the dock's on the western end of town. I guess I have to go out of this little area first, I guess. Alright, so is this the docks right here? Oh, there's a tailor over here. Hold up. I want to look and see if I can get some armor. Armor would be nice. So this is level 15. I need lower level armor than that. Significantly lower level armor than that. They might sell that out by the exit of town. Oh, look. Oh, that. So I can barely see it because I can't pan my camera up. Hold up. Maybe I can. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that building up there, I think that's the wizard. Like that's the wizard building is up there. That's where we teleported from. That's neat. Yeah, that's real neat. Yeah, like you can see this whole area from up there. Here we go, Merchant Shudan. So give me that wooden shaft and leather strip. Okay, I got everything I need to get my nice wizard staff. My spell stick. What do these merchants have? A novice tailor's kit. I don't think crafting. I don't think crafting is. I don't think it's implemented. I looked at the patch notes for Sandstorm, and yeah, crafting is not implemented yet, but it seems like they're in the process of implementing crafting. So I guess it's coming real soon. But I'm eager to see the crafting. I remember crafting being a thing in the game, and I remember it being at the very least, I don't know, a productive thing to do, right? So I'd check it out once it's in. And also, hey there, Cassans. Yeah, I'm back on it. Only for today though. I'm gonna play the game on my own. Like I'm totally gonna play more on my own, and we'll totally take a look at the game every now and then when I have something interesting to show. But yesterday was a bit of a it was a bit of a mess, so I wanted to have a more proper look at the game today. And also, I restarted my wizard as an erudite. I'm a little happier with the look of it. Like, you got a proper wizard robe. There we go. That's all I needed, is a wizard robe. Like, next stream, I'll probably get back to Daggerfall, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's the fact that this is now a thing, and you can play it in 2025, it fascinates me. So I really do want to, yeah, I want to have a good look at it. Oh god, there's 3 buildings. Right. Okay, I think this is the wizard one. I think the red burning hand, that's the wizard symbol, right? Is that in my well, there it's a lightning hand. I assume this is wizard. I assume. Also, I really like this city. The city of Highborn. I really like it, but I like it has the same general aesthetic as the erudite city in normal Everquest, which I think it's just called Erudin, right? In Everquest, they have 2. They have Erudin and then Payneal, which is that's the evil city. But I like the general aesthetic. And like, oh look, they do got a good view here. They do got a pretty nice view. Oh, why'd I go to Master Rain? I'm taking quests from this other guy now. There we go, Keeper Drade. Alright, I got a Staff of Evocation. Okay, talk again when you have a chance to rest. Got more training points. Well, let's go ahead and let's use that Arcane Binding Scroll. And my Staff of Evocation. So that gives me 1 Dex, 1 Int. Cool. Hold up. Let me prepare that. There we go. So now I can equip, unequip as I want. Because sometimes you just want to look cool. You don't want to have a staff in your hand. You don't want to be carrying a big stick around. So, okay, right. I did want to talk about stats. Now's a good enough time, right? So, in the original EverQuest, stats were like there were just straight up useless stats in that. Like agility in original EverQuest basically did nothing. Um, and a lot of stats just didn't matter depending on your class. Like spellcasters really only needed intelligence. Enchanters, charisma was useful for charms and stuff, but mostly just intelligence, right? In this game, I think they've done a better job at spreading the stat usages around, and I don't have a 100% grasp on it, but I did a lot of research about the stats, and okay, like for Wizard, for example, so obviously you want intelligence, because intelligence is your magic pool, right? I mean, well, both intelligence and dexterity are your magic pool. You benefit from both, but int gives you more. The thing is you might think, well, okay, like, you want to sling more spells, right? Like, you want more spells, so all in for intelligence, right? In original EverQuest, that would be the case. Here, it's a little bit harder than that. So the thing is all intelligence does is it gives you more, it gives you significantly more power to work with. But dexterity also gives you power as a wizard. But dexterity also, it does something interesting. And it's similar to a lot of other stats. So let me try my best to explain this, and it's kind of important. So let me try my best. So, okay. so dexterity, it kind of, okay, so when you do damage in EverQuest, right, whether it's through a spell or it's through a weapon, either way, you have like a damage, a variable, right? You have an integer that is your damage, and it's kind of like a dice roll, right? So like let me just throw out a completely hypothetical number, right? So like let's say that you have a sword, and you know you've got like a ton of strength, and so like for a melee character, your strength would be your maximum damage that you can do with a melee weapon, right? So let's say that you pump your strength up and it gives you a 100 damage upper limit, right? The thing is, that's just an upper limit. The lower limit of your damage might be like 20, right? So if you have a ton of strength but low dexterity, then your upper limit could be, again, we're just throwing numbers out there, but your upper limit could be like 100, but your lower limit would be about 20. So your average damage would be somewhere in between that, and it could be anywhere in between that, right? Like, you could swing your sword for 21 damage or swing your sword for 99 damage, right? Like, strength is only your maximum. Dexterity is your ability to actually efficiently use your maximum. So, like, yeah, if you have high strength, low dexterity, that means, okay, your upper limit's 100 damage in a hit, but your lower limit would be like 20. But let's say you didn't have as much strength, right? Like, let's say you invested less in strength and more in dexterity, then your upper limit for damage might just be like 70, right? You know, you might only have 70 as your upper limit, but if your dexterity covers that, then you are hitting for about 70 per hit, and that could average out to more damage. Like, in the long run, that could mean more damage. It just means you would more efficiently use your damage. That rule applies for spells as well. It's the whole reason why dexterity is the secondary stat for wizards. So for wizards, your spell is your upper limit for damage, right? Like every spell has a maximum damage that it can deal. Dexterity for a wizard, as far as I know, it works similar to strength for other characters, in that it allows you to utilize the full potential of your damage better, but it also does add bonus damage. Like, it adds a bonus damage to your spells. So, like, with high int but poor dexterity, let's say your spell hits for 100 damage, but with really good dexterity, then your spell might hit for 120 damage, right? Like, you'll get more out of each spell. It's one of those things where it's like it's a hard to really exactly quantify the usefulness of it, right? Like in most RPGs, you increase your strength, your damage goes up in melee. You increase your spellcaster stat, your damage goes up, right? Like in most RPGs, this is a very easy line to follow. But in EverQuest Online Adventures, it's complicated. And the same goes for defensive stats, too. Oh my god, I think the cat just left and came in and wants to meow at me again, but I'm not giving in. If he comes over here, he's getting shooed away. Because, yeah, he's not tricking me with this one. So, okay, so to explain here, let's talk defensive stats. So, stamina, right? Stamina is obviously your health pool. You need a good health pool, because if you only have 60 health and you get hit for 30 points of damage a hit, you're gonna die in 2 hits. So you want a little more health, right? So you can at least survive 3 hits. But then you have agility. And agility is a little bit more nebulous. So here's the thing, increasing your agility, like every character has an armor class, right? And armor class is your damage, as far as I know, it's damage resistance, because there's no avoidance in this game. So good AC equals you absorb more damage. Agility does not increase your AC. So you may say, well, okay, wait, if it doesn't increase your AC, then what is it doing for you? And what it's doing for you is AC, your character's armor, is exactly like your character's offense, in that you have an upper limit, but actually achieving your upper limit of defense is restricted by your agility. So, okay, let me try to break this down. Again, we're using fake numbers, but it's just to illustrate a point. So, like, let's say that you have enough armor class that you absorb, like, 20 points of damage, right? So, if you have the AC, but you don't have the agility, then your upper limit to absorb damage might be 20 points of damage. But how much you actually absorb would be more like 5 to 10 points on the average, right? Because it's all variable, there's a lot of dice rolling involved. So the thing is having high AC but low agility means, yeah, you have an upper limit to absorb a lot of damage, but you're not actually utilizing that AC to its fullest potential. You're not absorbing as much damage as you could. But if you increase your agility, then you will be able to use the AC that you have more effectively. I hope I haven't just sounded like a ranting madman, because stats in this game are hard to comprehend. Like, for both, I guess the way to summarize it is that for both offense and defense, you have the hard stat of, like, this is your upper limit, right? And then you have a stat that helps you to actually efficiently use whatever offense or defense you have. Wisdom is also kind of the same way. Like, wisdom, so every 7 points of wisdom gives you 1 point of resistance, like resistance against elemental, magical, etc. Like it's your resistance against statuses and effects and damage, but not it's basically everything that isn't physical damage, right? So the higher your wisdom, well, for every 7 points, the more like fire resistance, for example, you'll have. And that is part of defense, right? Like that's a part of your defense. The thing is, like, okay, if you make a tank character, right? Like if you make like a paladin or a shadow knight or a warrior, the only stats that the game tells you that you need is strength and stamina, and those are important. But like strength with no dexterity means you have a high upper limit for damage, but you're not actually going to make use of that. And then high, like if you as a tank, right? If you get really high stamina, but you don't have very good agility or wisdom, then yeah, you're gonna like you'll have a lot of hit points, but like you'll have a lot of HP, but your HP is basically reinforced with paper, you know? Like with low agility and wisdom, you won't be absorbing damage to your full potential, and your resistances against the elements and all that will be really bad. So you'll, like, even if you have a lot of HP, you'll go down relatively fast. And it's the same for damage dealers. Like, yeah, a wizard that has a shitload of intelligence will be able to throw a lot of spells, but your individual spells that you're slinging, without the dexterity to match, your spells aren't really going to, like, they're not gonna hit as hard as they could, you know? And that means you'll be wasting more mana or more power. You'll be wasting more power casting more spells because your individual spells are not doing the level of damage they need to do. And also, if you want to like bulk up as a wizard, which I do think there is some value in bulking up as a wizard. Like I think that like as a wizard, you're gonna take some damage, and you need to be able to survive at least a few hits. So having some stamina is a good idea as a wizard. Like just have some. But ultimately, it's whatever, right? Like I think Everquest has always been a game more about equipment than like character building, because good equipment can make up for a lot of things, and stat caps are a thing. So, you know, at a certain point, like at a certain point, it doesn't really do you any good to keep stacking a stat. And you can get equipment that sort of makes up for shortcomings you might have. Like, really, level is the main thing when it comes to not dying in EverQuest. Level and whatever your class is. But stats can help you. You know, they can help you to get the gameplay you want to get out of your character. So again, I hope that all made sense. I barely understand it myself, but with a few hours of research, that is my understanding of how stats in EverQuest Online Adventures works. So that said, as a wizard, I would like to invest more in my decks, and I am looking at the base number, not the modified number. So like, yeah, there we go. Put it up to 85 dexterity, and that should see me a nice increase to my damage. But I want to go a little higher than that, a little higher. And I tend to like to go in integers of I tend to like to go in integers of like 5s. So, all right, so 91 dex, and we'll see what that does for me. Now, stamina. Oh, it's Cyber Gig. Oh man, been a while, Cyber Gig. Been a while. I mean, my main thing lately has been Daggerfall. I've really been getting into to a heavily modified Daggerfall. I've been having so much fun with that. That's the main thing we're doing. But I just realized that you can. You can play EverQuest Online Adventures for the PlayStation 2. You can play that through emulator. There's an emulated private server. That's wild. It's using an emulated memory card, a little 8 megabyte memory card for all the patch data. Oh, that's adorable. Alright, so, okay, I chose to increase my dexterity, which that does also increase, like, that also increases your power as a wizard. But, I only have 75 HP, so if I were to put 4 points into my stamina, right, I do think having at least, I think having at least, like, 60 stamina would be a good idea. I'd like to have at least 60 stamina. So my HP total has not changed, but I think it hasn't changed because there's been no change to my HP. When I take some damage, it should update and show that, like, I have more than 75. Also, what is this? The cat. There was a cat. Yeah, look, the cat. There's just a cat. Wait, that's not a cat. That's like a... What the fuck is that? Where'd it go? Hold up, where did it go? I can't see where I'm going. But that's not a cat. Like, it doesn't have a tail. I can't turn my camera. Where the hell is this thing? Where did it go? Oh my god, I'm fighting the camera. Oh, look, it's Scandolf. Scandolf. That was like it was like a polar bear or something. It was not a cat. Hold up. I needed spells. Yeah, let me go ahead and get me my spells real quick. Alright, next spell tier is level 8. Alright, let's memorize all them spells. Alright, I got a lot to play around with now. I guess it was a tabby with a stub. It was, I was having to fight my camera to get a good look at it. Alright, so let me memorize my buffs. Element Shield and Minor Shielding and O'Keel's Radiation. Alright, anything else I want to put on there? I think that's good for now. Alright, so I like to have 2 spells on my bar. So I think Firebolt would be my strongest. Yeah, Firebolt would be my strongest, then Static Bolt my second strongest. I mean, you could say just use your strongest one, but you don't always want to use the biggest, baddest spell. All right. Is there anything else I need to put on here? Well, I need my root spell. That's important. But I think. Yeah, minor energy storm. Concussion, that's my aggro ability right there, which is not so important when I'm solo, but you'll want to have it on your hotbar for later. And then my root spell. There we go. There we go. Looking good, I think. So now my hotbar is it's a little bit busy. So I got Firebolt, Static Bolt, Minor Energy. I don't like that they have the exact same icon. That's gonna be a little tricky when I'm just rapidly, you know, thumbing through my hotbar. Alright, but it looks good enough. So I got all the spells I need. Next thing I need is, I need some equipment. But no, you gotta manage that MP, right? That's how it worked in PC EverQuest. Is like as a wizard, you would kind of want to manage your magic bar a bit. Now, hold up, I want to get no. That's a polar bear. Oh my god, the cat is a polar bear. That is a like okay. But I saw it clearly. That was a polar bear. That was a goddamn polar bear. All right, so oh, did I already? Also, what is this Scandolf? What is this? Like, I've seen Scandolf. I've seen this thing. Yeah, like it's an NPC, but like I've seen it in the Dark Elf starter areas. I've seen it just all over the place. So what is it? Alright, so Keeper Drade, yeah, I'm here for my next task. Okay, apparently there are some king snakes outside the city killing travelers. Rain says they're unnatural. Let's see, you'll need to kill them and return a strange poison sac from one of these banded king snakes as proof of your deed. They're highly poisonous, so you'll want to find others to help you. Others can usually be found in yeah. So a banded king snake. So I take it this is like the Firebat quest for Dark Elves, where they want you to go out and fight a big bad monster and get your ass beat. That's what they want you to do. So we're probably not going to be able to do it immediately. I'm probably going to need to get some levels on me before I can take it out. But we have a goal. We've got a goal. Also, I noticed some game chat. What are they chatting about in the game? People love tanks. Can't find a party. Recommend questing while at LFG. Tanks equal everyone else can AFK. I was kind of wondering, like, what is the most in-demand class for grouping up in this game? So in most games it would be a healer, right? Like in most games the healer is the one that everybody wants, right? You want that white mage or cleric, but from what I've seen in EverQuest Online Adventures, it's more like I don't know, it's more like tanks. Like tanks are the in-demand thing that there are never enough to go around. Which I guess I can see it, right? Like, you know, tanking is hard. It requires a lot of mental energy from a player. I guess I could get people not wanting to play tanks. So yeah, but it's also a vital function of a good party, so I could get it. I guess I should have made a paladin then. But I love wizard. I absolutely love wizard. I mean, yeah, for me, I mean, my first MMO was Ultima, right? Which I gotta be honest, I really wish I could get back into Ultima Online. There's a lot of good private servers for it these days, but my main problem with Ultima Online is it's the same problem that I have with EVE Online. It's too PvP focused. Like, I just want to roleplay and make an immersive character and go on a fun fantasy adventure sandbox and maybe build a log cabin in the woods, right? Like, I just want to do that, but most people that play Ultima Online, they're just rabid PvP fanatics, so you know, like, they tend to make the game unfun to play. But I wish I could get back into Ultima Online. But EverQuest was the second MMO that I ever played. And I have a lot of fondness for EverQuest. I mean, EverQuest is more like EverQuest is, I mean, it's kind of the prototypical theme park, right? It's a theme park MMO. It's sort of the prototype of that. And the original EverQuest does hold quite a place in my heart, but it's hard to get back into. Like I've tried and I have played on Project 1999, but it's yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one to get into nowadays. EverQuest Online Adventures though, it's it's kind of the wowification of EverQuest, but before World of Warcraft. Like World of Warcraft had not come out when this game, EverQuest Online Adventures, came out. But despite that, like the writing was on the wall, and this is very much a softer, friendlier, easier to get into version of EverQuest for the console peasants. So yeah, like I'm funny enough, I'm having an easier time getting into this than like Project 1999 EverQuest. Like this is easier to just pick up and play. Alright, so I was kind of looking around to see if any of these people have like some armor. I want some more armor. Because I'm a weak-ass mage that gets killed in like 2 hits. I really need some armor. Please, please give me armor. There's lots of chemists. But I gotta really look around and see if someone has proper tailored gear. They have a Hellnorm potion. Add a real description. What is a Hellnorm potion? Or what is... Or Hellnorm lotion. Some lotion to rub on your skin. Oh man, RuneScape. At some point, I gotta play RuneScape. Like, here's... Like, look, was I maybe a bit of an elitist as a young one? Or as... I guess I would have been a late teenager at that point, but like... But like I was an Ultima. I was an Ultima, an EverQuest, and then an Anarchy Online kid, and I think by that point, like maybe a Star Wars Galaxies kid. Like basically all of the overly complicated sandbox MMOs. That's what I was into. And yeah, like when RuneScape came around, I just looked at that and I was like, what is this? Like what is this browser shit? What is this fake EverQuest, right? Like that's all it was to me. It was fake EverQuest. But really it was probably more like fake World of Warcraft, but you know, I hadn't played World of Warcraft at the time either. So yeah, I might have been a little elitist about it when I was young. But I will say that I would like to try and get into RuneScape at some point. Like, I know RuneScape Classic, people really seem to love that. And as someone who has never touched RuneScape, but has touched every single other classic MMO out there, I should probably give it a chance, right? I should at least give it a shot. Hold up. Lightning bolt! Alright, oh yeah, let me, I got buffs now. I got buffs, so let me put minor shielding and element shield and O'Keel's radiation. Let me get those all. There we go, slap those buffs on. Again, what is this Scandalf? It's just like, it's following me. I don't understand what, I do not understand what Scandalf is. I mean, look, I did play EVE Online for a little bit, but it's one of those things where I really appreciate the systems that are in place. It's got, like, it has a lot of really cool immersive systems. The problem is I don't like PvP at all, and when you don't like PvP at all, you're not gonna have a very fun time. Like, if I'm gonna play a space sandbox, I'll play a single player one, you know? Alright, so for whatever reason, Scandalf is just following me. I don't know what Scandalf is exactly. But if it'll help me to fight a hard monster for this quest, then I guess I'll do that. Alright, so I wonder... Do I need 2 static bolts to kill an even level spider? I do. Uh-oh. Diseased rat. Oh. The cat. The cat just killed... So yeah, I got EXP for that, I think, right? Like, I think I got EXP for that one, so I have no idea what this Scandalf is. It's an NPC of some... Like, is this a GM character? I don't know. But it's following me around, and... I mean, yeah, I guess I can take out the hard things I need to take out now. Yeah, it's also healing me too, so I don't know what this is. All right, but we're here looking for a snake, right? Like, I need a big snake of some kind. I don't know where it is, but I need to find it. Also, I leveled up, so give me that stamina. I just want a nice, even 60 points of stamina, like all the other wizards. Like, I don't necessarily think I need to invest a ton of points into my stamina. You certainly can, but I don't think it's... Like, I don't think I need to. But I think I mainly want to, like, I want to pump up my dexterity so that I have, like, so that I have the highest damage potential I can have. Man, where, like, where are the snakes at? Oh god, what's fighting me? Oh, rhino beetle. Like, there's enemies just coming out of nowhere. I have a hard time seeing them before they're just on me already. So there's some stone ants down there. Let me eat my plains rations. Alright, so yeah, I'm looking for a stone snake. The quest didn't really give me any sort of proper directions either. Like, the quest basically just said, go kill a stone snake. Cool, where's the stone snake? No idea. So I'm just gonna wander the wilderness until I find a big-ass snake, I guess. I assume it's a big-ass snake. I assume they wouldn't just name it a stone snake ironically. So town is back that way. I guess what I could try is, like, going in a different direction, right? So, let's see. Town is kind of to the southwest. Well, let's go kind of northwest. Like, go around town. And I'm just tabbing all over the place, trying to, you know, see what I can see. What's a nubja? What is a nubja? What am I looking at? I don't know. Arcane bindings that. Arcane binding does nothing. I guess at least it does nothing to start. What the fuck is that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spiderling. So what am I looking at? It's like a... Is it a goblin? I think that Nubja might have been a goblin of some kind. I didn't take a negative faction hit for killing it though. So I guess I guess it's just a humanoid green man. It's a lone green man with a horn of silence. What is that? This item belongs to Nubja. So Nubja is a guy. It's not a... Like, that's not his race. That's just who he is Nubja. Huh. Okay. Well, I killed Nubja. I don't know who or what Nubja was, but I killed him. Alright, so going kind of northwest, I'm not really finding a big-ass snake of any kind. So, well, I wish I had a map, but I guess now, alright, well... So we'll go southwest, I suppose. Let's kind of get back inside of town and then reorient from there. Also, one of my spells faded. O'Keel's radiation faded off. Alright. So, town is that way. What's this, like, hold up, if I can, yeah. So, alright, right. Town that way. What's this big gap in the mountains? Like, what is that? And then, I mean, there's just obviously open plains out that way, but... Okay, what is... I don't want any... Alright. So yeah, what's in the mountain gap over here? So lots of decaying rats. Like, is this something important? Is this a place that I shouldn't be going yet? It's a dead end. Yeah, it's a completely dead end, so what is this? Oh, there's skeletal guards. Yeah, there's skeletal guards, a shimmering portal. I think that's nothing I want to get involved in. I think that's nothing I want to be involved with. I mean, maybe that's for, like, maybe that's for evil erudites? Like, in old school EverQuest, the good and evil erudites were segregated into different cities. So I can only imagine that maybe that's where the... Since I don't think they have a full-blown second city here. It's a lore item. Yeah, I guess maybe they, if there's evil erudites, I guess they just have, like, they have a little evil corner. Where they can do evil arts and crafts. Alright, well, let's go along the road, I guess. So let me check something. Alright, we are a level... Oh, we are level 6. We are a level 6 erudite wizard, which means we get mastery points now. Yeah. So I can totally divert like 50% of my incoming EXP into mastery points now. And it ain't gonna go quickly, but yeah, could totally just... Yeah, can totally just get some mastery points. we'll see how long it takes to get a mastery point. I feel like it's probably not going to be worth diverting half of my EXP this early on, but we'll see, right? We'll see. Also, I'm in no hurry to level up. Gotta be honest, no hurries whatsoever to level. Oh, I should have used my AoE spell there. That would have been the perfect place to use it. But yeah, you see now how half of my EXP is getting diverted into class mastery XP. Oh no, it's a stormy day on the plains. Where the hell is the where okay, so there's some saurian flies up there. But where the hell is the big-ass snake? I've been looking for a big-ass snake, and I'm not finding it. The combat music was a little bit late there. a little bit late on that combat music. Oh no, mastery points, cookies, same thing. I mean, the mastery points are the equivalent to Everquest alternative advancement points. Oh, I think that's a snake over there. Hold up. I want to get that snake. Yeah, there's the king snake that I've been hungering for. Hold up. My O'Keel's radiation failed, though. There we go. Let's get in there. Come on. Fire bolt up that snake's ass. Come on, I can do this. Oh god, it has a really rough poison. So I killed it. I killed the king snake. I hope I'm not gonna die from the poison though. Like that's a thing I distinctly remember in Everquest is poison is rough. Though not as rough as being attacked by a lion and then a diseased rat and then a oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just got overwhelmed by vermin. Like the enemies come out of nowhere. Did they just spawn on top of me? Because I swear I was just in an open area and there was nothing around me, and then all of a sudden everything was around me. Like all the hostiles were around me. But at least I know where the damn snake is now, right? I know where to find the snake. But I think I have EXP debt now. Like I'm pretty sure now I have a big debt to pay off for my EXP. Fun. But yeah, see so here's the thing, like a reason why I may want to it may be a good idea to invest in my stamina and maybe even my agility a little bit, even as a wizard when, that's not my thing. My thing is dealing damage, not taking it. But the thing is that yeah, I don't like dying so quickly, right? I don't like going down that hard that fast. So investing in a little more toughness might be a good idea. And hell, it'll even help me out in parties too. Because in a group, you bet your ass I'm gonna be pulling aggro. You bet your ass. Lay down a few good nukes and oh, those enemies are gonna be right up your butt. So I think investing in stamina is it's a good idea. That's kind of that's also how I did it in Final Fantasy XI as well. Like my melee black mage, right? Like the thing is, there is value in toughing up as even as a paper thin spellcaster. And even if you're playing the character a little more traditionally, The thing is, you're gonna get aggro. It's gonna happen. Aggro is gonna happen, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot, and you're probably gonna die. So what I would like, right? What I would like is to toughen up so that okay, I can at least take a few hits, right? Like I want to at least take a couple of hits, and not just instantly face plant, because if you instantly face plant, well, you're not doing any damage then, are you? So I think if I'm gonna if I'm gonna play a little recklessly no matter what, then I probably want to toughen up to match my play style. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I totally get the idea of you have to control your aggro, right? Control your aggro, control your damage, and you know, play a little more cautiously and smart. And I understand the words, but I just don't play like that. I just don't. I play fast and loose, recklessly. I go hard. And that's just kind of how I play games. And I mean, if I'm gonna be doing that no matter what, then I mean, yeah, I probably want to make my character. I want to make my character kind of support my play style, right? I look at it like that. So if I'm gonna be the reckless wizard that just gets in trouble constantly, I probably want to toughen up so that I'm not just dead all the time. Because if I'm dead all the time, well, then I'm not doing any damage, right? Like I'm not doing any damage. I'm not doing anyone any good if I'm dead. So, yeah, I might not pump out the best damage, but as long as I'm not dying, then it's fine. So what was this item that I picked up? Was it a... Oh, it's equipment. A stone circlet. Huh. 2 stamina, 7 max HP. That's actually pretty good. That is actually a decent... Like, that's a decent headpiece. It doesn't do anything for... it doesn't do anything for my damage, but it's... Yeah, it's stamina and HP, so, like, HP. Oh, look at this. I'm paying off my debts. But does it have any AC? I didn't quite see that it had that. Okay, as far as I can tell... As far as I can tell, it doesn't give me any AC. As far as I can tell. Yeah, it's just HP. Like HP is all it does. No AC at all. Which I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, as a wizard, you're never gonna have a lot of AC anyway. So I guess pumping up your health is probably the best thing you can do. Probably. Oh look, my one debt, my 1 XP was paid off. That whole XP. Yeah, I think I gotta like maybe be a little more careful about where I walk, because yeah, I don't wanna get surrounded by vermin again. Maybe if I hug the wall, like, oh no, there's saurian flies, but they're not hostile, so that's okay. But yeah, I guess maybe hug the wall a little bit more, and I'll probably be fine. Also, that king snake. I mean, I did kill the king snake. I didn't have a problem killing it. So let me try something here. Arcane bindings. Arcane bindings. Arcane bindings. Okay, oh my god. Okay. Okay. How close do I have to get? Okay. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it. Okay. So yeah, Arcane Bindings is, it's a slow spell to cast, so it's not exactly the best thing to cast, like, in the middle of combat. But yeah, the pro strat for Wizard is kiting, so, you know, carefully run while casting spells. Oh, 69 damage. Very nice. I will say one thing about kiting in this game. It's a little harder to kite in this game than it is in classic EverQuest. And the reason is because like my spells only have 30-foot range. Like 30 feet is the max range any of my spells have. And you can tell that's not very far. Like 30 feet is really not a lot of distance. Yeah, like I'm kind of like I'm almost right up against the enemies when I cast my spells. So also I'm trying to see how high I can get up this mountain, so I'm in a bit of a safer place to. I do actually need to recover my health and magic now. I do need to have a little downtime. But I think the main reason I need to have a little downtime is because I'm using pretty crappy food. Like I'm using plains rations, which are, I mean, this is just it's the food that they give you to start the game. But my character is level 6 now, and there's literally exactly level 6 food. So I need to, like, I need to go to a grocer and buy the good food. Also, I have 623 tunar. I swear I had more than that. I swear I had more than that. I know I bought spells, but they weren't that expensive. I think it might be my death. I think when you die, you lose like half of your money when you die. So, which that is rough. But yeah, I need to hit a bank and a grocer, I think. And also, yeah, in FF11, I wish that I wish kiting was more of a thing in FF11, but it's hard to pull off in that game. Like, not impossible, but it's hard. And honestly, for most games, kiting is, it's either barely a thing or not really a thing at all. I don't know what it is. Like, why do game developers have this thing where they don't want, like, they really don't want players having fun? Like, no, you can't just run that enemy around while casting spells or using a bow and arrow or whatever. No, you gotta toe to toe it. You have to stand there in place and trade blows like it's Rock'em Sock'em Robots, right? That's kind of the standard game design. And kiting is sort of looked at as a cheese tactic, but I don't know. I like, it's no cheese to me. Also, that ant totally just spawned right up my ass. Like, that ant was not there, and then it was there. So I gotta be careful about spawns. All right. Well, since I'm using crap food, let me sit back and regenerate a little bit here, and I guess try to find another king snake. I need to find its strange poison sac. I killed that one king snake, but it didn't give me anything. Hmm. Oh god, Terra Online. I remember that one. I loved warrior tanking in Terra Online until they started nerfing it to the ground. Like warrior tanking was so fun because it was all about dodging and evading, right? Like it was all about using your dodge, and then there were at least one or two dodge moves that had they had some iframes attached to it. So, like, if you were really, really skilled with the timing as a warrior, you could totally iframe through, like, iframe dodge through mechanics that are supposed to kill you. Like, I loved that. I absolutely loved that. But what I remember is that at some point they kind of nerfed that. And also, I stopped playing the game too. I think Terra, well, Terra got shut down, right? Terra Online got shut down, but I think it got shut down, but it has come back as private servers these days, I think. But yeah, like it had problems. But I loved the early incarnation of the game. Like I mean, like for maybe the first like 2 years, right? Like the first 2 years that the game was out, it was really fun to play to me. But yeah, like every patch, it just sort of got worse, and at a certain point, I just stopped playing. And I think before they shut the servers down, like before they shut the servers down, it was just a complete mess, I think. But that's kind of that is unfortunately the nature of how many an MMO goes, you know? All right, where the hell are the king snakes? Like I found one singular king snake out here, but I have yet to find a single other one. Like this is the area where I fought the king snake, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh crap. Two of them. Gotta watch where I'm going. You know, I never got to play Archage. Arcage. Did that shut down? Like, I don't know. I literally don't know if that shut down or not. It looked interesting, but then I never played it. Never got around to it. God, I cannot find. There's lions, there's beetles, there's diseased rats and shit. Like, where's the king snake? I'm tabbing around everywhere, but I cannot find this king snake. I wonder if it just like, I wonder if it wanders like, if it has like an intense wander radius, right? So there's just like one king snake and it's just wandering the entire savannah, so that's why I can't find it. Oh, there it is. There's the king snake. All right, let's try to be careful about it. All right. So just, yep. By careful, I mean run backwards blindly while slinging fireballs. Yep, that worked exactly like I intended. Okay, quick, loot this thing before. Oh god, it didn't have a poison sac. I have killed 2 king snakes now, and neither one had a poison sac. Mmm. Mmm. I mean, at least now I kind of have a better idea. So I guess the king snake is, it. It's kind of like to the left of the road, a ways. It's not. It's not exactly following the road. Hmm. G Potato. I I know I've played, like, they've had like a couple of MMOs, right? I know I played at least a little bit of one of them. I have no idea which one, but the name G Potato, it, I know that name, but I can't remember the game attached to it. I've played you know, it's kind of funny. I have played a lot of MMOs in my day, but there's also a lot I haven't played. There's still quite a few I have not actually played yet, or that I missed, right? So I do wonder. I am wondering if there's only one. Like, I'm wondering if there's only one king snake at a time. There can only be one king snake. It kind of feels like there can only be a singular king snake on the field at once, which is not great. Oh god, what's hitting me? Things just spawning in. So I want to adjust my stats a little bit because I got training points, but well, I feel like it's not a very safe location to be messing around with that stuff. Like, even the weaker enemies, if a bunch of weak enemies attack me, I'll go down. Like, I'll still go down. Also, I wonder, like, when do I get my first CM point, my class mastery point? When do I get that? Like, I don't see any actual indicator of where my CM points are exactly. Hmm. All right, so let me kind of like back up here and stand. Yeah, let me stand up against the mountain wall here, and let me check out. Yeah, so available points 0. Oh, I can at least take a look. I can't see any of them. Yeah, like I want like a meter that tells me how long do I have to go to get my first point. Hmm. Also, I can take a look at the racial class mastery bonuses for erudites. I am kind of curious about them. Hmm. I mean, yeah, like there's so many MMOs, but I find, here's the thing. I find the online world, the immersive online world, to be fascinating, and I always I mean, look, I enjoy a good theme park experience as much as the next guy. But the MMOs that always stood out to me more are the ones that are a little bit more sandbox in nature, or that are just more about kind of immersing you in the game world in some way. It's that mixed with the online environment, the persistent nature of the world. It's always fascinated me. And again, I like a good theme park, but I prefer it when it's a little more, a little more in depth, a little more sandboxy. All right, so okay, what are my racial choices here as an erudite? So erudites are deceptively quick and can run long distances. So movement rate plus 10. That is incredibly nice. I mean, I guess I don't really know how much plus 10 movement rate really does for me, but any plus movement rate is good for me. Like, as a wizard, right? As a wizard, where kiting is my number one go to strategy, being able to run faster is pretty important. So that's a nice racial trait right there. Growing ego. No one ever accused Erud of lack of confidence. Antonius Bale. So it gives you plus 150 power max. Huh. So I guess you get 150 more power. I mean that's not a huge deal. I don't know if that can be upgraded or not, but that's not a huge deal. It's nice. 150 power is, it's a nice little extra, but it's not, yeah, it's nothing great. Understanding increases power over, oh, plus 5 power over time. Again, plus 5 power over time is nothing incredible by any means, but it's nothing to sneeze at either. So the erudite bonuses are actually pretty decent. Like they're pretty decent and very fitting for a wizard character, I want to say. Like they're nothing amazing, but still very appreciated, I think. Like any extra power over time, any extra power regen is good. Any regen on that is good. Like 150 more power is not, like, that's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. All right. So, well, I guess I am still hunting for the king snake. Still hunting for him. I am wondering if maybe oh god, suddenly lioness cub is just up my ass. Oh. Ugh. Alright, so I am wondering if I should just turn my class mastery off and just get normal EXP. Because I like, the thing is, I have no idea how much points you need to level up. And also, it's based on your EXP. So I guess here's the thing, right? If, like right now, I'm only level 6, right? So when I kill things, I'm not getting that much EXP to begin with, right? I'm getting very little EXP to begin with. So yeah, if I'm getting almost no EXP in the grand scheme of things, and I'm converting half of that into CMs, like only half, not even all of it, uh, it could take me a while. Like it could take me quite a while to get even a singular point. And that, you gotta wonder, like, well, is that worth it, right? Is it worth it to be converting half your EXP into CMs when it's barely even gonna move the needle? Like, is that worth it? I don't know. Okay, oh, those dragonflies are dead already. A yellow tusk beetle. I'm gonna run out of rations soon, so I might wanna buy some more. Well, I can't find the king snake, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kill this tusk beetle. Oh, I'm a little too close. Yeah, I started that fight just a little too close to it. Not great. Uh-oh. Alright. I was kind of hoping that I'd find, you know, like, I was hoping that I would find and kill the king snake that I need much sooner than now. I've killed 2 of these damn king snakes, and yeah, they don't have what I need. So it's just bad luck. Like, bad luck is keeping me out here right now. I kind of hate quests like this, though. I will admit, I kind of hate quests where it's like, it's a chance you find the drop. And I say that as someone who has played quite a bit of, you know, FF11, where, oh god. I mean, you know how the drops are with that. And, like, I have fished for items, right? Literally and metaphorically, where the drop rate is like 5% or less, and yeah, you'll be at it for quite some time. Quite some time. God, farming, like, I'm also being thrown back to farming some of those black mage spells. Like, some of those black mage spells are just a bitch to farm for. And I did it, and it took forever. Alright, so I think, yeah, I have to go to the other side of the road here. I'm not gonna find the king snake. Alright, just tabbing around, having a quick look. Alright, not seeing what I need, but I guess if I keep killing these rhino beetles and shit, then I'll level up to level 7. Wow. I swear I only got punched like 3 times and almost all my health is gone. Like, that's how quickly this character goes down. Oh, and I'm out of rations. I got no more. No more rations for me. So I definitely want to make my way back to town now. Because with no rations to heal me up, it's gonna get rough out here. Nope. I look away for a second, dragonflies. But yeah, man, FF11, I actually like farming and grinding in FF11. Like, there is a certain fun to it. But I gotta admit, it, like, when you really just need a particular item, and it's like a super rare item that you just, like, it's just not dropping. Or if it's oh god. God help you if it's a contested drop where a lot of people want that item. And, like, everyone is just fighting for that, like, 0.001% chance of a drop. It's just kind of sad. But I've been there. I know the struggles. Okay, I feel like one more dark blue or higher. One more, and probably I can level up. And that'll refill my bars. There we go. There we go. So, I mean, I got the power now. I got the spell juice. So I guess I could go and, I could hunt down another king snake now. I am a level stronger. I got 3 more points to spend, but I'll wait a little bit to spend them. Also, because I'm in the middle of the field here, so it's a bad place to do that. Alright, so tabbing around, trying to have a look. I do wish I could just use my mouse, but even then the game, like, because of the resolution of the game and all that, like, it's kind of hard to tell what you're, like, what you are looking at times, you know? Like, it can actually be difficult to tell that you're looking at an enemy or what kind of enemy it is. So being able to mouse click wouldn't even necessarily help you all that much. But tabbing around constantly, that works. That works pretty good. God, yeah, my health just drains away from me whenever I get concentratedly attacked. Just attack after attack after attack. The enemies hit so rapidly and so strong, I melt. My health bar just melts. I'm about to die, I think. Killed by low-level enemies. Not quite. But I think I definitely want to teleport back to town. Or just run back to town. It's not that far. I was so hoping I could find another snake, but these snakes seem to be a bit of a rare enemy out here, honestly. Like, I've only encountered, what, 3 snakes so far, and yeah, and none of them had a drop. Alright, have a final look around, but I'm not seeing the king snake, so... Get to a semi-safe place because, yeah, diseased rat, I see it. Anyone else out here? No, looks good, okay. So, here's the thing, I don't need to go back to the wizards, I need to go back to just town. You know how long it takes to cast the teleport home spell. I honestly think it might be, like, since, yeah, I need to go into town proper, and my bind point is at the wizards, like, I honestly think it'd be quicker just to run back to town. So I'm gonna do that. But this is kind of, spoiler, this is Everquest. Like, this is just the game. Like, I think there's this sort of expectation with a lot of fantasy MMOs that, they have, like, dungeons and all that, right? That, yeah, like, you level up, and then you get to the dungeon level, and then you queue up for a party, and you do the dungeon run, and... you come home with your pack full of loot, call it a day. There's a certain format to most fantasy MMOs. Everquest doesn't really fall into that. And I mean, honestly, it's kind of like, well, I guess it's kind of like FF11 too, in a way, because FF11 also doesn't have, it doesn't really have dungeons. Like, it has zones that you could theoretically call dungeons, right? Like, there's certainly areas in FF11 where you could say this has dungeon-like qualities, but it's not a, like, it's not a dungeon in the formal sense of the word, you know? It's not like it's not like the dead mines in World of Warcraft, you know? You're not queuing up for an instance and then going in with a group and powering through a couple of encounters and then getting a big treasure at the end. It's not that at all. It's just a dungeon, in quotes, is just an area that has a tighter concentration of enemies, and the enemies are tougher than normal too. But like that's really it. And yeah, Everquest is no different in that way. Oh, these stone circlets are worth a decent amount. A decent little amount to change. I don't know. I do actually like games that have a more defined dungeon loop, if you will. I do like those. Like, there is a certain fun to games like, well, you know, when I played FF14, that's all about queuing up for dungeons and shit. Or, trying to think what else, like, well, City of Heroes. I mean, hell, I love City of Heroes, and I mean, that doesn't really have dungeons either, but it has missions that you can queue up for. And missions you can do with a party and all that, task forces. I do like more structured party-based gameplay. I do like that. But I guess here's the thing, I like that, but I think it shouldn't be the only form of group content or content in general. I think just running around fighting monsters and stuff wherever they may be should be more like, that should be a bigger part of the gameplay. Whereas it's just kind of not a part of the gameplay at all in most modern MMOs. Alright, I'm looking for a food merchant. A grocer, if you will. So where would they be? This might... Armors, tailors, these guys might sell some armor, and I think I definitely need armor, right? Considering how fast I die, I think I need armor. So, oh god, I just want to target the guy in front of me, but like, yeah, this is the problem with not being able to just use your mouse. This right here is the problem with not being able to use your mouse. Like, you just want to target the person in front of you, but the game is not having any of it. Also, while I think that they want you to use the window there, I think that they also just, like, I think it's easier just to go inside and, yeah, do it like this. Alright, they didn't have what I need. I mean, I do like soloing in games, too. It's just, I like a good party game. What can I say? I'm a social animal. I like grouping up with people and just doing content with them. I like a good dungeon run. You know, it's fun. So let's see, I'm trying to find... What does this person have? Nothing. Nothing is what they have. So the lowest level gear this guy's got is level 10. I feel like we're getting closer, right? We're getting closer to merchants that I might want, but we're not there yet. But I think when it comes to like party-based games and where you have more structured instances or just dungeons or whatever, my main thing and what I find that most MMOs lack is a good, I don't know, a good sense of teamwork between players, and not in the sense of like, oh, you got to do the mechanics or you all die. Not that kind of teamwork. That was FF14. I don't like that. I like teamwork in the sense of, like, okay, whatever your role is. Like, I'm the healer, right? Well, I'm the healer, or the support. I'm the support, so I have to support my team. I've got to make sure everybody's got their buffs, make sure they're healed, make sure that I debuff the enemies, make sure that I do whatever other utility stuff that needs doing, but like, support, right? And the same goes for tanking, DPS, whatever. It's kind of, doing your role in the party, but in a way where it's like, yeah, you gotta, you have to play in a way that isn't selfish, right? Because there's selfish gameplay for all roles. Like a selfish DPS is obvious, right? Like you do tons of damage and that's it, and with no care to your teammates or anything. You don't do anything for them. And it's the same like a tank, right? A selfish tank would be one that just can survive so good they don't even need a healer, and they're just kind of playing their own game at that point. A selfish healer would just be one where you don't really even have to specifically target people. You push the heal button and everybody just gets healed, right? That's kind of how something like FF14 plays, and it's a little bit annoying to me because no one is really thinking about teamwork, right? Everyone is just kind of playing their own game. I like it when a game forces you to actually like stop what you're doing and play in a way that is good for your team, right? Like the tank, right? Like this is one of the things that bug me about aggro management in FF14 is in that game tanking is it's brainless because aggro is a given. You have an aggro button, right? You have an aggro button, and also every attack you do just maximizes your aggro. So if you, like as a tank, if you just touch the enemy, it's max aggro, you don't have to worry anymore. And so when you play as like a tank, you're not thinking about your team, you're just like, well, I gotta round all the enemies up and fight them, and okay, we're doing that. And I'm tough enough that I can mostly survive without a healer even. But like, yeah, that you're not really playing, you're not a team player, right? And it's the same as a healer. Like as a healer in FF14, just hit your AoE heal button every now and then and everything will be fine. You don't need, for some of the healers, you don't even have to do that. Like healing is even part of their damage rotation. So you're not really thinking about like supporting your team, you're just thinking about, I'm just fighting shit and oh yeah, I guess I'm healing too, right? I like it when a game forces you to kind of stop what you're doing and help your teammates, right? Like in FF11 when like when aggro is all over the place in FF11, and when someone pulls aggro from the tank, it's like, yeah, that tank has to really think about how they're gonna save that person, right? Or if they're going to even, but yeah, if you're gonna save someone, then it's like, okay, I gotta really pull out all the stops here. I gotta think quick, and like you basically stop what you're doing, and you're like, I'm in help my team mode. And the same goes for a healer. Like you have to very often just stop what you're doing and kind of think like, okay, how the hell can I save this, right? I have to do my best to keep everyone alive. That kind of team thinking is something it's lost in most MMOs these days. But I guess it's one of those things that's hard to describe, but you know what I mean. Where like in most games, in most online games, even when you're playing with other players, it's more like everyone is like let's say I have a group of 6, right? It's more like a it's more like 6 individual players playing their own game, and they're just kind of playing it next to each other rather than playing it with each other. That's the best way I can put it. And I understand why that level of game design is a thing, because I mean, what's the most annoying thing in an online game? It's when you get killed because of your stupid teammates that don't know how to human properly, and they get you killed, right? That's the worst feeling, when you die a nonsense death, especially if the death penalty is kind of harsh. Like, it feels bad. You know, you don't want some rando just being a weight tied to your feet, dragging you down into the water, right? You don't want that. It feels bad. But the thing is if you remove the need to depend on each other or even interact with each other in a team, then I mean, really, you're kind of removing the point of even playing as a team to begin with. But that's modern game design. Yeah, hell, that's even a lot of older games. They're also like that. All right, let's see. So oh boy, I need the foods and the waters. So I'm not made out of money here, but to get some level 6 food. So this is the power regen drink. I mean, I want as much as I need to regenerate, so 21 rainwater. Yeah, this is gonna... I don't want to... The thing is, like, that's gonna be, like... That is going to be most of my, my money. And I did want to get, like, some armor if I could find it. If I could find some armor, I'd like to get that. But I guess 20, right? Get, like, 20 food, 20 drink, and then I'd have like 800 tunar left over, and I guess that would be enough for some basic armor, I think. I think it would be enough. So, oh god, look, the more expensive shit. Ooh. Well, that's the higher level shit, too. Alright, so level 6 food. And then, okay. So we got first aid bandage. I've never actually used the first aid bandage. I don't know what that does for me exactly. I should probably test that out and see. They're very cheap, though. Very, very cheap. So I guess I'll get like 5. Oh, the bandage is only a... Huh. So it's not actually an item that you use, it's just it's a miscellaneous item. Wow, that's misleading. That's very misleading. Okay. Well, either way, I got rainwater and spice jerky. Living the dream with that diet. So now, armor. I would like to get some kind of armor. Like, even if it's the cheapest, shittiest armor possible, I would like some kind of defense, because right now, I have 0 AC right now. Like, no wonder I die so easily. I have literally no defense. So let's get some. Yeah, literally 0. My robe, right? My robe and the stone circlet that I found, like they're good items, but like this robe, all it does is it gives me power, right? It gives me more power. This stone circlet, it gives me some stamina and more HP. But yeah, that's it. That's all it does. Like nothing that I have gives me any amount of defense at all. So we need to fix that. So I need to find like a... Yeah, I need to find the most basic of tailor. This is where I came from. There's like the lowest level armor is level 10 on that NPC. So I need even lower than that. What do these guys sell? Nothing. There's a lot of merchants that don't sell anything. I would assume that they're just not implemented yet, right? Like I'd assume they're just not implemented goods. There's a seamster in here, or so wait, they're alchemists. There's a senator. Okay, which direction did I come from? I think that way to the south. That's kind of back towards the exit. So we want to go this way. Yeah, I think I want to go this way, right? This is a different location. Okay, they have staffs and clubs. I think my staff is about... I mean, it's about what I want as a wizard, right? Redcliffe's Inn. Also, if it looks like the camera just swivels for no reason sometimes, yeah, it just does that sometimes. In this particular setting, it just kind of rotates for no real reason a lot. Where am I? Oh, hey, here's the bank. Okay, there's a bank, a wealth manager, a grocer. Oh, that's on the other side. So it would probably be a good idea to bank some of my money when I actually have any money worth banking, that is. Okay, I got a shieldsmith. I feel like I'm struggling a lot harder than I need to just find like I need a tailor, right? I need someone who can sell me some shitty armor. Like that's all I need. I just need some shitty armor that doesn't like, yeah, just level 1 armor. Where is it? Here we go. Here's the level 1 armor. I mean, I'm level 6, so I guess I can have like up to level 5 armor. I think it's in integers of 5. So like, let's take the chest piece for instance. That's 4 AC. What is the... Yeah, the level 5, 8 AC. So let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, let's upgrade to level 5 shit all around. Oh, I probably... I don't know. I mean, I like my headpiece. It's only 2 AC on that. It's a lesser piece. But I'll take all the rest. Yeah, let's sell the cloth cap. Let's sell that back. All right. Cause yeah, this stone circlet, it's not like, it doesn't give me any AC, but like two stamina and 7 HP isn't a lot, but it's like that is something. There's value in that. Also, oh no, suddenly a cat again. Oh no. Cats have been fed. None of that. Alright. Okay. I gave her a pet and sent her on her way. Okay, so let's see. Cloth tunic doesn't show up on the character. So this is an interesting thing. In EverQuest, in like, you know, OG EverQuest, robes are like, they're the chest slot, right? Robes are a chest slot item. But here, robe is a robe slot item, and like tunics and stuff, they're a torso. So basically, the idea is you wear your character wears they wear a robe over their armor, which I kind of like that. Kind of like it. Yeah, so the robe is just covering up like what my character is wearing. It's covering up most of what my character is wearing. Yeah, like you can see the gloves. You can see the gloves and the boots, but yeah, everything else is covered up. But hey, now I have I've gone from having 0 AC to having 24 AC. So hey, that's nice. That's nice. If I were to take the robe off, I guess you could see the actual armor, right? Yeah, so this is what the actual armor looks like. It looks like a bit of a patchwork mess, if I'm being honest. But that's EverQuest. Like EverQuest has always had really bad looking armors. Like every single version of EverQuest that I've ever played, from the original to EverQuest 2 to this, like they just don't know how to make a like good looking armor textures. They just don't. It's a problem. It's a long-running problem. But all right. So I got armor now. I am decked out, and I have 726 tunar to spare. I'm just gonna buy more food. I'm gonna buy more food and drinks, I think. Also, where am I? I've kind of been wandering around the town a lot. So there's this big area here. I think the east is the exit to town. So I think if I go through that area to the left, I think that'll put me out on the outside of town again. But I want to go to the grocer. Let's see if I can remember the way to get there. So if I go back around here, it should be like one or more gates forward, right? Maybe. And Vexus, look, the cats. Yeah, I fed like just a little bit ago. They shouldn't, like, they tend to want food like every hour or two. They should not eat. For how much I give them, they should not eat that much. And our cats, like, if we're not careful, they'll start getting a little bit rotund. So gotta watch out. But let's see, current level, we are at 7. And I think, let's see, I think I want to go dexterity a little harder than intelligence. Like, it's weird, right? Because, for a wizard, you would think intelligence, right? Just max out intelligence, that's all you want. But not really. The only thing intelligence does for you as a wizard, really, is it gives you more magic. It does also affect proc rates. So like if you have a spell that gives a chance of an effect happening, the higher your int, the higher the chance. So it does do something still. But it doesn't directly impact your damage. Dexterity does. Like, it's weird, but yeah, dexterity directly impacts your damage from your spells, so you want really high dexterity, which is not really what, like, yeah, you wouldn't think that would be a concern of a wizard, right? Like dexterity, you think of that more as like a rogue kind of thing or something, but no. Alright, so I got 7 rainwater, and give me 7 spice jerky. Okay, so I got, I have like 28 of 27. I have 27 food and water now, so I'm all good for that. All right, I feel confident now. I've got, yeah, I've got good food and water, so I can regenerate my health and magic. I've gone from 0 to 24 AC, so I mean, hopefully I'll die a little slower now. Like, I'm hoping I die a little less fast. Like, as a wizard, you're never gonna have good AC, right? Like, you're never gonna be a whiz tank. That's never gonna happen. But yeah, you shouldn't go down as quick as I am to such weak enemies. Like, that's not right. So we can at least kind of fix that. All right, so back into the field. But, you know, for what EverQuest is, for what EverQuest Online Adventures is, I mean, this is it. You do your preparation, right? You do your preparations and stock up in town, and then you head out and you go fight monsters out in a field. That's basically EverQuest. That's both this game and the original EverQuest. That's kind of the gameplay loop. Is prepare in town and then go out and fight monsters just in the wilderness, but you're not, yeah, like you're not really, you know, you're not in a dungeon or anything like that. It's just kind of, yeah, it's just go out and fight shit. Like, not to say that there aren't cool looking areas that you could consider to be dungeons and are made for groups and all of that. You know, that is a thing. Right? There are harder locations that have a cool look to them with lots of enemies tightly packed in a small area. One might call that a dungeon, but yeah, that is really not the, like, that's not the kind of game this is. Like, that's not the core gameplay. This right here is the core gameplay. Oop. All right, so let's see if I can take a few more hits. God, I melt. Like, I only got hit a few times. Just a few times. Like, I feel like I barely got hit, but yeah, that took half my health out. So I still go down incredibly quickly. Like, I am just ridiculously squishy. But that's kind of, you know, that's kind of in the nature of being a wizard in this game. Or being a spellcaster in general in this game. So I feel like, while I do want to spend most of my points to level up, like, dexterity and intelligence, so that I have a shitload of magic to fling around, I do think it would be a good idea to invest a significant portion of my points into stamina and agility. That way I don't just melt whenever I get touched by an enemy. Because it doesn't feel good. Like, it really doesn't feel good to just melt into a puddle when you get, like, smacked twice by an enemy that is weaker than you. So I think investing in my toughness would be it would be to my best interest the way that I play this game. Oh, King Snake. A red King Snake. Too high level for me. I need a yellow King Snake. Also, I am thinking I might want to turn the class mastery off because I don't, like, I'm not earning any points yet. I was hoping I'd at least earn one. I'll give it a little bit longer, but I think class mastery is probably better to save it for later because I'd imagine that the amount of EXP you need for even a single point is so high that, like, at level 7 it's just not worth it, I would figure. but we'll see. Also, I mean, there are like big monsters to fight, but it's raid content. Like there's, you know, like I said, there are areas in the game that you could consider to be like a dungeon in a vague sense of the word, like like Runny Eye, right? And funny enough, they're the same dungeons in quotes that are in the original, but places like Runny Eye, the Goblin, like that's like the Goblin Citadel, and then Black Burrow, the Knoll City Camp, whatever you want to call it, the Knoll Fortress. Um, Guck, where the frog locks are, I'm pretty sure that's a thing in this too. A couple other places, but yeah, like there are locations you could consider dungeon like, and they have, you know, they have like boss encounters and stuff like that that are way tougher than normal, and yeah, you need a big group for that. And there's raids, like there are raids where they're not instanced or anything. It's just out in the open world, but like yeah, there's big ass tough monsters that you need a lot of players to take down. That is a cornerstone of Everquest. I guess the thing is, it's just not really like it's not formatted like a modern group-based dungeon crawler type of game, you know. Like it's not like you queue up for the instance and then go run your 20-minute dungeon and kill a boss at the end. You know, it doesn't have that format, but it has something. It has group content. Also, I missed over it, but I did get this to work with my keyboard. Like, let me just test this out. Yeah, like, buttons, yeah, it works. Ooh, I wonder, does it recognize umlauts? No, it does not. It does not recognize the umlaut. Oh god, look at that. I stood still for a second, half my health bar is gone. I'm down to like 40% health. I just got punched a little bit and I'm nearly dead. And I know I got the food and water, but like that shit's expensive. I don't want to spend it if I don't have to. So okay, yeah, I have not earned a single class mastery point. Not a single point. And considering that you need like, look, to get these racials, you need like 10 points, 25 points, 20. You need so many points, and I have not even earned one. And yet I have been diverting half of my EXP into these damn points. I really like. There's got to be some way to tell how far along you are, right? But no, as far as I can tell, I can't. I don't see nothing. Hmm. I mean, I guess maybe you just gotta be persistent about it. And I mean, I guess, okay, I guess there is a reason I might want to not level up too quickly. Because the more, okay, like, if you level up really fast in this game, that means you have to buy shit. Like, at level 8, alright, I'm level 7 right now. Oh god, yeah, I'm level 7 right now. At level 8, I need to buy new spells. So at level 8, I get a bunch of new spells that I can get, and that's gonna cost money. With level 10, that's the next tier of armor. So yeah, if I level up too quickly, I might not have enough money to get everything I need to get. So I guess there is a reason to kind of slow yourself down, right? I guess yeah, there's a reason to not go too fast. But I will say that this is definitely the kind of game. I mean, honestly, this is the kind of game, much like FF11, much like a lot of the old school MMOs that I've played, where, you know, this sort of more this more laid back style of play is like, this is the game. And it's definitely the kind of thing that would be a little more like it would be more fun and also just relaxing and quick too. Like fun, relaxing, and also faster, oddly enough, to do with a friend or just another player in general. Like killing these, killing these vermin is, I mean, my wizard is pretty fast. Like wizard is incredibly strong. All right. Like if you were playing something that isn't a wizard, you wouldn't be like two-shotting the blue enemies and three-shotting the hard ones, right? Like you would be chipping away at these enemies for a while for each fight. But even then, just to keep the overall pace going, like yeah, you would want to have some other players around, like it would help to make everything go faster and smoother too. It's safer as well. God, I love Wizard. I just love it. Like Wizard just feels so good. It feels so good to annihilate your enemies with magic. And yeah, I'm real squishy, but I don't care. I'm a wizard. Here's the funny thing. As far as I can tell, wizards are well, as far as I can tell, there are no classes in EverQuest Online Adventures that are just like avoided for grouping. As far as I can tell, while certainly some classes are better than others, there's not classes that people actively avoid partying with. That's kind of a big problem with normal EverQuest, is that there are lots of classes that are, for one reason or another, they're just avoided for parties. Like people just don't want to group up with them at all. Wizard is one of them. And I love Wizard in EverQuest. Like I absolutely adore the EverQuest Wizard, but unfortunately, the EverQuest Wizard is it's incredibly slow. It's the slowest class you will ever play in any game ever. Like the EverQuest Wizard, yeah, it's basically you kill an enemy with your magic, and then magic regenerates so slowly that you just sit down and wait for about 5 to 10 minutes until you can cast a spell again. Uh-oh, I think I'm gonna die. Oh no. Oh, I got ambushed. I got ambushed by an ant. And that's how our brave hero died, by being poked to death by an ant. But yeah, like one thing about Wizard in EQOA is, yeah, like magic power isn't really a problem. I mean, I'm kind of conserving on my food and drink and all that, but like, if I wasn't being so conservative with my resources, good food and drink will, like, that'll top your HP and MP up real quick. So downtime is almost not even a thing anymore. And even without using that stuff, like, yeah, you regenerate health and magic so quickly that downtime in this game with no food or drink is like 10 times faster than downtime in EverQuest. Maybe even more than 10 times faster. And then if you use food and drink, downtime is almost non-existent. So let me check. Hold up. Well, I'm loading right now, but yeah, I only have 26 tune hours. So yeah, the penalty in this game is it's not that bad, but it is a little rough if you're not prepared for it. So you get EXP debt. I'm not exactly sure how much I'm not sure what the calculation for the debt is, but basically you have EXP debt, and until you pay it off, you're always just like, you're not getting your full EXP. It's the same penalty as City of Heroes has, but this game does have one additional penalty on top of that. The additional penalty is that you lose like half of your money Which, that is ouch, but you're not really supposed to carry all your money at all times. Like, the game has banks, right? Like, there's a bank, and you're supposed to use the bank to store your money in. You're not supposed to run around with your life savings on you. You're not supposed to do that. I'm just not really engaging with the banks yet, because my character doesn't really have any money. When I have money that I fear losing, then I'll use the bank. Yeah, like, it sounds rough. Like the thing is, the EXP debt is, like, that's not so bad. Like, EXP debt is, I prefer that over losing experience. Like, EXP debt can be annoying, but it's way better than losing EXP. But yeah, the half your money thing that's pretty intense. But again, you aren't supposed to be hauling your money around like that. You're like every city in the game has a bank. You are supposed to go to the bank and deposit your money and save it. That's what they're there for. So I can't really blame the game, because right now, like, I'm running around with my life savings, because my life savings is $26, right? So I don't really care too much about dying. Well, I care about the EXP debt more. But it's very, like, it's very reasonable. I want to say it's quite reasonable. But also, I'm playing as a wizard, so I am playing as the squishiest character on the planet, alright? Like, it does not get squishier than a wizard. But I love that high-end magic damage. I absolutely love it. Like, there is nothing more satisfying than lightning bolt and fireballing enemies to death in just a few hits, right? When for a normal character, they'd have to toe-to-toe it for a little bit, right? They'd have to trade blows and all that. But, like, no, I just blow them up. Just blow them up. But yeah, see, look, so you received 357 EXP. 712 was paid towards your debt of 1,876. And 356 was earned as class mastery. So basically, when you have EXP debt, you're earning only half of your EXP. So you earn half your EXP, and then the other half goes to your debt. Again, not terrible. Not terrible at all. And then another half, a further half, is going to my class masteries. But yeah, like, you can see it goes so quick, right? Like, I mean, so here's the thing. I'm earning well, like, I'm trying to think how much I'm earning in total, right? So, like, let me just go here so I can think about it and not use up my food. So, like, okay, you earn 522, 521 goes to mastery. So what that means is that in total, I like actual EXP that I got despite my debt was like 1,043, right? So I earned 1,043 EXP, and I got that despite the debt. But then the debt, I paid off 1,042, right? So that means, like, per kill, right? So per kill, that means I earned about, like, over 2K, right? Yeah, I earned like 2,080 something EXP per kill. So yeah, so that debt goes pretty quickly. I mean, if it's only one death, if you die multiple times in a row, you're gonna rack up a lot of debt really quickly. But if you only die once because of whatever, yeah, it's like, it really don't take long to pay it off. Yeah, so that time I earned 398, 398 to mastery, and then 122 to debt. And that was it. So my debt is paid off now. I'm in the green. Yeah, so now I receive 459 EXP and 459 to mastery. So like there you go. Boom, debt's done. Debt's over. I didn't even need a small business loan. Ooh, so I think I lag attacked that enemy. There we go. Now it's actually, now the damage is registering. Okay. But yeah, I think like the first game that I ever, I'm trying to think, yeah, the first game that I ever played with like experience debt. I think the first game I ever played with that was City of Heroes. Or well, I guess this game, right? Technically this game was the first one I played with debt, but like the first game that I really played, right? Like more than just casually checked it out as a kid because I had a PS2. Um, was City of Heroes, and I always liked how City of Heroes handled the death penalty. Like EXP debt is just so much. It's just so much better than losing the EXP to me. Because you're still like the thing is that it still serves the purpose of slowing you down, right? Like it still it serves the purpose of slowing you down. It serves the purpose of giving you a penalty to death so that you don't want to just bull rush everything and die over and over, right? Like a lot of games, because the death penalty is so light or non-existent, players just sort of zerg rush everything, and they go with the idea of, if I keep, if I keep headbutting this wall, eventually the wall will crack, right? So having EXP debt, it at least discourages that kind of behavior, but it doesn't discourage you from having fun. Ooh, this is a nice one. So I found an apprentice cap. So this has 3 int and 6 AC. So that's actually a good amount of AC, and it's a good amount of int. Like that's good defensively, and it's good in the way of more spell power. What I have right now, yeah, what I have right now, it gives me more health, right? Oh man, I'm getting a little congested. Ooh. But yeah, so this gives me more health, but that's kind of all it does. Oh, that looks ugly as hell. This is a bit of a problem. This is a problem. Like, oh god, does that helmet like that? That helmet looks absolutely ugly, and it does not match with the rest of the character's clothes at all. And I know that's Everquest, right? It's Everquest. Everything looks ugly. That's the point. But like, you know what? You know what? I don't need the extra int. Like, I literally don't need the extra int. I haven't run out of spell points yet. All right, I've been slinging spells like crazy. I haven't run out of power yet, so I clearly don't need the extra int right now. And as far as AC goes, well, six AC is mighty fine. I'll totally admit that's I don't like to give that up, but the thing is, this gives me more hit points. Like, more hit points is effectively more AC, so it doesn't matter that much, and I'd rather have something where I'm not wearing a bucket on my head. Like, I'll take the hit. I will totally take the hit and not wear the ideal helmet if it means my character doesn't look ugly. Like, that they don't look like a mismatched, I don't know, like they're just wearing a weird collage of multicolored pajamas. I will take the effective hit for that. All right, that's how important it is to me. I mean, I remade my character just because I didn't like that the other wizards didn't get robes, right? Like dark elf wizards don't get proper robes, so you know that won't stand. That just will not do. Oh no, I might be dying again. Uh-oh, this lion cub is really aggressive. Alright, let's try to get out of there before I get killed. Ooh. So let me see, I have, I don't need my rainwater, but like my spicy jerky. How much does that heal me? Oh, quite a bit. So yeah, I popped that spicy jerky, and man, that's some healing right there. Like that is a very nice amount of healing right there. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. So now only my power is less. And you saw that the food effect went away the moment I attacked. Yeah, like you can't stuff your face with food and drinks in the middle of combat to offset the damage you take. Doesn't quite work that way. Oh god. I I got jump scared by this diseased rat. Diseased rat jump scare. Oh, and my O'Keel's radiation, I think that faded again. I will say I really wish this game had buff timers, you know? Like, FF11 has buff timers. I really wish this game had some indicator of when your buffs are going to fall off, because it just doesn't have anything. Like, there's no real way to know when your buffs are gonna just fail on you, right? Like, that's a problem. Like, for me, I mean, my buffs aren't that important, right? Like, I have very minor buffs that if they fail on me in combat, it's not the biggest of deals because of how Wizard plays. But like, I mean, imagine you're, I don't know, imagine you're an enchanter and you have to, you know, you have a charm that you need to maintain. Oh god, what is hitting me? Okay, see, that enemy spawned right on top of me. That was literally a spawn in right there. It's not in my head. Enemies are, in fact, just spawning on top of me. Alright. So I'm trying to look and find that king snake. There's gotta be a king snake I can fight. But I guess XPs is the way to go. And I'm still debating on whether I want to turn the class mastery XP off or not. Because part of me is thinking like, well, it's a good idea to build that up so that, you know, so that you got, you'll have points later on when you actually can invest them. Part of me is thinking that. The other part of me is thinking like, man, I just want to get like level 8 so I can get more spells and shit. But then how am I going to afford it? I guess I do have a lot of loot to sell, but you know, spells aren't always cheap. Oh, I look away for a second. Alright, let me... Oh. I was gonna attack one of them, but nope. Alright, I want to get to a safe spot. Because I want to play around with the CM points. Let me get to safety. Help. Just glitchily climb up this mountain. God, I love the way that looks. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Okay. So yeah, I haven't earned a single point yet. I have no idea how much I need, so... I mean, I guess I could put the percentage really low, right? Like if I still wanted to earn some amount of CM. Oh, I accidentally paused the game. I mean the emulator. I hope that won't cause Yeah, that's a thought I had, right? Like we're running this in an emulator. And emulators have save states and shit. Like how's that gonna work with like what if you save and load state while playing this game? Like what would happen exactly? Can you cheat? Like, can you just straight up? I would imagine it's in like I mean, look, like the original PS2. Obviously, people didn't have the ability to save and load state, but I mean, it's an MMO, and the server needs to check what people are doing, and I would assume if you save stated in one location and then load stated while you were elsewhere to get like to teleport back, I would assume that would not work because the server knows where you are, right? Like like when it comes to all the stuff that your character is doing, it's all stored server side. So I mean, I'd assume if there's any big discrepancy, it would basically just rubber band you back into place, and also like the server knows what your stats and all that are. So, but that is a thought that I had, right? Like that is a definite thought that I had, which is like, yeah, how would this handle save states and shit? Because we're on an emulator. Part of me is really tempted to try that out. Like I'm actually really tempted to try like saving and loading state and just seeing what happens. I'm very tempted, but I feel like that might trip something. Like A, I'm pretty sure that would just break the game, like maybe just crash it. But B, I feel like that might trip some kind of like, oh no, he's cheating. He's trying to cheat kind of thing. Because that's really the only reason that is the only reason I can think of why you would want to have save states with an MMO is to cheat. But it's an emulator. It's an emulator. We got save states. Oh look, period shouts. Salutations, giant widow. Hmm. Greetings, giant beetle. Uh. Alright, so again, I'm a little worried there's only one king snake active at a time. A little worried at that. I was adjusting. I'm trying to adjust my headset for a second here. It's pinching my ear. Okay. But yeah, so I set my class mastery points down to only 10%. So now I'm like, yeah, I'm just earning like none, but it's not slowing me down as much either. So, okay, look, I think this king snake is the only king snake that I see right now. I don't see any other king snakes that I can even engage in combat. So I'm probably gonna die right now, but that's okay, right? Death comes for us all. Fear not the Reaper. Come on. All right. We done that. Eat that spice jerky. Eat it. So I'm trying some cheese out here, some cheese strat, if you will. Eat more jerky. Eat that jerky. Oh God, oh my God, this is an aggressive poison. Like this is a hyper aggressive poison. Like, it's killing me. I'm gonna die. Oh god. The epic music as I just get taken out. Okay, oh, I think it's snapping back into position. Yeah, it's going back into its position. So I just wasted a ton of food. Yeah, I just wasted a lot of food. But yeah, the enemy just snapped back into position, so you can't kite the enemies too hard, basically. But like, damn, that was that poison was aggressive. I kind of want to try again though. I feel like I could do it, right? Like maybe. I mean, maybe too much luck would need to be involved, but I feel like I could pull it off, or I could just get more EXP debt. But I don't know. Maybe in another level or two, right? Maybe in another level or two. The main issue is that the poison is so aggressive. It was taking out like a bar of my health per tick, and that poison was not going away anytime soon. Like that poison was that was intense. Well, I guess I learned my lesson there. I guess I did. Alright, get my buffs back on. But hopefully now that I'm only using up like 10% of my EXP for CMs, yeah, hopefully I can actually level up now at a decent pace. God, I hate how the moment an enemy actually catches up to me and hits me, yeah, like my health is just gone. It just melts instantly. Like I can lose like 40% of my health in 1 second. It's crazy. Oh no. Minor energy storm. I'm gonna die again, I think. I think I'm gonna die. Almost. But not quite. Oh god, there's a beetle. Oh god, there's a spiderling. Oh, I need to look where I'm going. Okay. Eat the jerky. And eat some rainwater, too. I mean, drink it. Okay. Alright, we're regenerating. Alright. I can't wait to actually earn my first class mastery point. I really wish there was some indicator of like how much do you need, right? Like what? Like the thing is that like if it takes like hundreds of thousands of EXP to equal a single point, then there really is no like there's no purpose in me setting aside any amount of my EXP right now because it's not going to be enough, right? I guess, yeah, it entirely depends on exactly how much those CMs cost. But man, the leveling, like the pace of leveling, I think they, From like level 1 to 6, right? From level 1 to 6, I want to say that the pace of leveling is incredibly fast, right? But now we're level 7, and even just at level 7, like, I mean, A, the difficulty of soloing has gone up, but B, yeah, it's slower now. Like, I gotta actually use my food and drinks if I wanna remove downtime. And yeah, even if I'm not cutting out a lot of my EXP into CMs, yeah, the rate of leveling is a lot slower now. Just like the difference that one level makes is crazy. It's still nowhere near as slow as like just Everquest though. Everquest has the slowest leveling I've ever seen in a video game ever. Like people talk about how slow leveling is in Final Fantasy 11. They don't know shit. Like FF11's rate of level ups is like that is speed running compared to the original EverQuest. So EverQuest Online Adventures ain't nearly as bad. I want to say it's not nearly as slow, but it is still like this is on the slower end of leveling. This is still kind of deep on the slow end of leveling, I want to say. We're in the deep end of the pool still. But I guess it is better than, yeah, it's better than EverQuest leveling pace. For all that's worth. I wonder if it'll tell me when I earn a CM. Like, I keep, like, checking on the list, but I wonder if it'll actually... Like, if it'll give a notification that I earned a class mastery point. Or if it's one of those things you just gotta keep checking on the menu and, you know, hoping it happened, right? Okay, there's no... I have the sickening feeling that that one king snake is the only king snake. I was hoping that was not the truth, because then that means we're not killing that thing anytime soon. That means my quest will have to be put on hold for a while, and I'll have to really just grind it out on vermin for a bit. The unfortunate thing is that a lot of the good abilities in the game are barred behind behind quests. So like if I could complete this quest right now, I would get like a new damage spell, and it'd be a pretty good damage spell too. It would be better than Firebolt. So because I can't complete that quest, I'm missing, like, I'm just straight up missing out on the best damage spell I could have right now. All because I can't do the quest. I'm not strong enough. And what I remember of EQOA is that it's got a lot of... It has a lot of that kind of thing where progression in some form or another is barred behind doing very difficult party-based quests, and if you can't do them, then you just don't get the thing. So basically, if you're too weak to get the quest done, you're gonna stay weak. It's not great in that respect. Alright, so yeah, I think we're not gonna be finding another king snake. Although now that I'm just sort of running around blowing everything up that I see, the EXP is going nice and quick. I feel like I definitely don't want for damage. Like I got my damage down, I think. I am serious. Like I know that here's the thing. If you want to be like the big dick damage pure wizard master, I know you just want like dexterity, right? More so than int even. You want dexterity. But you want dex and int, but like honestly, I'm kind of thinking I might really just want to put like a few levels worth of training points. I might want to just put them into... Yeah, I might want to just put them into like some more stamina, some more agility. Just get that fleshed out. I'm gonna sip my rainwater. And let's see, how am I doing for points? I got 5 training points. Well, I mean, I could put them into that stamina right now. I could do it. I have 110 int, and I have 90 dex, and I can't be fucking around with that now, because there's ants out here. But yeah, part of me is like, just put it into dex, right? Just get more dex. Just hit harder. Part of me wants to go that route, but I really think it would do me a lot of good to be tougher. Because I know I'm gonna have to solo a lot, right? Like the server has a relatively low population. I know for a fact that I am going to be soloing a lot more than I'm gonna be grouping. So yeah, having the toughness that I need to be viable solo is it's pretty important. But I'm almost level 8. I'm gonna put off my points until I get back into town. Also, not sure how much longer we'll go. I'm starting to get pretty hungry here. But, I want to try to get level 8 and then get back into town and get my level 8 spells. That's kind of... I guess that's my goal for right now. And that's my goal for, for today's session with this. Whether we'll play this again in the future, I think I'll definitely take a look at it on the stream every now and then. I would consider this to be a game firmly in the camp of we'll check it out every now and then when I feel like it. Like when I'm in the mood for this kind of thing, we'll check it out and I'll play it. I'll totally just play this on my own. Like I'm interested, right? So I'll totally just play it. Like I'll play it on my own. No stream needed. Like I find the grind to be kind of relaxing if I'm totally honest, the grind, just sort of running around blowing up beetles and shit and leveling up and getting more tunar and class mastery points and all that, like it's a relaxing routine. It's mentally relaxing. It's a bit of a zen thing. It's the same reason I like grinding out in most MMOs, or like farming items and shit in FF11. It's one of those things that becomes a zen routine almost. All right, we're almost level 8. Almost. Uh-oh. Diseased rat attacked me, but then I attacked the spider first. But it works out. Hopefully I got a ton of loot that I can sell for money, because I only have 26 tunar on me, and I do need my level 8 spells. I do need those. Alright, level 8. Or, Yeah, level 8. So I'm hoping that the king snake is now just yellow to me and not like deep ass red. Level is such a huge factor in this game. Like more, yeah, like way more so than yeah, way more so than like any other factor in the game. Your level versus the enemy's level is the number one factor determining whether you will win or just get destroyed. There's definitely some kind of a modifier going on. Like there's definitely like a level modifier on how much damage you take, how much damage you deal. There's something going on with that. There's some math going on about that. Okay, there's the Saurian flies, and then the King Snake. Okay, the King Snake is only yellow to me now. That's good. Uh, well, before I hop on into him, let me go ahead and... Alright, so I guess I do want to get tougher. I want to be tougher. I want more HP. So I have 150 health right now. If I invest 5... Yeah, if I put 5 more points into my base stamina, like, I should see an immediate increase into my max hit points. I should. So it's still only showing 150, but it like, I should have seen some change. I think it might just be a display thing. Because I swear, like, I've seen the increases to stamina before. I've seen it. But I think that there's got to be some kind of a delay in your maximum updating. There's got to be. Well, either way, I got more. I got more stamina. Again, I don't want to invest too heavily in my stamina, but it's nice to have. I like having some stam. Alright, let's get ready. Now, I guess remember, we can't run too hard or else we'll literally run out of the aggro range of the enemy. I think maybe the best thing to do is just to try to nuke it to death before it can really react. Yeah, there we go. That's how you... It still poisoned me! It still poisoned my ass. Like, it barely touched me. It barely touched me. But it's still, yeah, so I got minor poison. I guess, ooh, I wonder. I just had a thought. I wonder if it, like, I'm wondering, because my health was ticking down, like, it was ticking down like crazy before. I'm kind of wondering if it starts as minor poison, and then the more, like maybe the more damage you take, the more, like, the more severe the poison gets, right? So maybe, yeah, like maybe it only starts as a minor poison that barely does anything, and then the more stacks of poison you get, the more, like the more damage it deals to you, right? I could totally see it working that way. In that case, then I guess it's a really good idea to just don't let them touch you, right? Like, really, kiting is the way on that one. Well, let's see. I wonder how many other yellow enemies I could fight, right? Wonder how successfully I could fight this large spider over here. I know I wanted to go back to town, but it's like, and I have better spells that'll do more damage now. But I mean, part of me is kind of hoping that I'll just like I'll get in over my head, and the monsters will send me back to town for free. Part of me is just that's the way we're playing it, right? Oh no, I got a phone call too right now at the worst of times. Oh no. All right, if I die, I die. But let me answer the phone. Be right back. All right. So the wife is on the way home. That was a great timing on a call, but yeah, the wife is on the way home. So we're gonna go out and do something. So I gotta be dressed and ready because we don't have any food right here. So we're going out. So in that case, yeah, this will be the conclusion here. Um, I didn't get the poison snake sack from the king snake. Damn. But I don't know. I'm level 8 now. So yeah, look, EverQuest Online Adventures. It is cool as hell that you can play this game now again. Again, I'm no major fan of it. Like I thought it was okay back in the day, but it's just a novelty and it's a cool novelty. I like it. So yeah, I'll play around. I will totally just log in and play my wizard here, right? Like I'll log in, I'll wizard around. I don't think I'm gonna stream this too much. Like I'll stream it every now and then when I have more to show than just killing vermin outside of town. Like when I build my wizard up some, I'll totally do another stream. Like you check in on my progress, right? But otherwise, I'm just gonna play this one on my own. Anybody else wants to play it, the server is Sandstorm. Just look at their website and you can, yeah, you can hop on in. It's a bit of setup. You need to get a PlayStation 2 emulator going, but it's doable. So, all right, with all that, I hope you all had fun today. It's been a grind. But next time around, we're gonna go back to some Daggerfall or something. I found out this is a thing and I had to check it out. So I did, and I hope it was interesting. But I gotta get out of here. So till next time, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.